Explosive Mix.
Back MC. This is what we do. Let's get it, let's go. I'm a throwback MC, I'm off the Richter. Feel what you see, fam, take a picture and give it to them clampets. And tell them that I'm coming to get ya, coming to get ya. I'm a throwback MC, I'm off the Richter. Feel what you see, fam, take a picture and give it to them clampets. And tell them that I'm coming to get ya, coming to get ya. Be to see me in HD, panoramic 3D, throwback MC. Born in the year of the Ox 73, so I'll stomp an MC with a 20-year rap degree. Real life and rhyme history in the mini app under. Where you was on your mama's udder, you ain't butter. Your booty like no other. Did I stutter? I think not. You cats right cock, and you ain't even known on your own block. The only thing you're known for is riding your own jock. So stop like the words on the eye on the end of every block. Time's up, tick tock. Bad boy boombox. The whole king cut boodles. I'm blowing your noodles. Now you're Michael Darling on the scribbling doodle, spelling your name with your own brain noodles. Like hi everybody, I'm Arnie.
I'm a throwback MC, I'm off the Richter. Feel what you see, boy, take a picture and give it to them clampets. And tell them that we coming to get ya, coming to get ya. I'm a throwback MC, I'm off the Richter. Feel what you see, boy, take a picture and give it to them clampets. And tell them that I'm coming to get ya, coming to get ya. First planet, my mother, to the earth I came. Maintain outside the frame, ain't never been lame. I spit special ops, granddaddy of props. Sharp shooter of the gift with impeccable aim. I hit the masses with OG B-boy classes. The blind lead the blind, so I'm handing out glasses so you can see the real hard to compare. And then next to us, you will know what trash is. My compost flow so biodegradable. Of hip-hop's dying, my shit'll make it grow. It's Mr. Green Thumb, Billy Organic Cannabis. Bringing that fire shit out of Minneapolis. Northside hip-hop, at it again. Off the chain like 26th and Penn. It's Truth Maison, what's happening? Tell me when we gonna organize and get it in.
I'm a throwback MC, I'm off the Richter. Feel what you see, then take a picture and give it to the clampets and let them know that I'm coming to get ya. I'm coming to get ya. I'm a throwback MC, I'm off the Richter. Feel what you see, then take a picture and give it to the clampets and let them know that I'm coming to get ya. I'm coming to get ya. I'm a throwback, I go back to where it all started. Swag so tight, I don't do it half-hearted. You see my flow, well then you mentally retarded. Can't help if your style with the daily departed. Grand Poo, I run through these tracks like Bolt. Since the days of 45, so call me a coat. I get it in, born to win, top 10, 2020, back to NY, I'm just that fly. So if you feel what you see, then take a snapshot. Whatever you hear me on, you know the shit's hot. So let's get it, no time to be playing. Cause when I'm on the mic, there won't be no delaying. Worldwide legend, I'm known around the globe. Mommies like the way I sound in their earlobe. Grand Poo, one of the hottest to ever be. Remember y'all, I'm just a throwback MC.
All I wanna know is where the real ones go.
It's your boy Pops from the Chopper Pop Show. You listen to Armageddon Radio, baddest radio station in 26.
All I wanna know is where the real ones go. Sitting here thinking, and all I wanna know is where the real ones go when they dead and gone. Hoping Lord forgive me for all the wrong I done, but I never sold my soul and I never packed the gun. Lived the life I best I can, but not on the run. Just want a little money and have a little fun. Made my own moves, then some started hating. Never thought I'd make it or take weeks vacation, but I feel my time is now, just have to be patient. Hung up with some face till I could no longer take it. Every day in life is a risk, but gotta face it. My style so real that some are trying to trace it. Stayed on my grind, so now I'm hard to reach. Could only be real, I practice what I preach. Watch for backstabbers, suck you dry like a leech. Pray before I sleep, Lord, my soul is yours to keep. All I wanna know is where the real ones go. Praying for forgiveness, heaven watch over my soul. Got no time for fakes, I had to let them go. All I wanna know is where the real ones go. All I wanna know is where the real ones go. Praying for forgiveness, heaven watch over my soul. Got no time for fakes, I had to let them go. All I wanna know is where the real ones go. I work every day cause my family gotta eat. I hope that a good book teach? Practice perfection, but I know no one's perfect. Nothing is given to you, you gotta earn it. But I stay away from lies and I stay away from hate. Sometimes I envy, but that's my mistake. I should never be wishing what another person got. I got my life to live in, this is my shot. See the light beaming, will I make it through the door? Thinking, will I live another 24? Praying for forgiveness, heaven watch over my soul. This the only road I know, hope I find my way home. If you're living life fast, then you better watch for trouble. Be careful of the people who you trust in your bubble. No one likes being broke or even have to struggle. But remember this here, there's always more ways to hustle. All I wanna know is where the real ones go. Praying for forgiveness, heaven watch over my soul. Got no time for fakes, I had to let them go. All I wanna know is where the real ones go. All I wanna know is where the real ones go. Praying for forgiveness, heaven watch over my soul. Got no time for fakes, I had to let them go. All I wanna know is where the real ones go.
Send your music to Armageddon Productions 90 at gmail.com so you can get your music heard.
I think I'm super fly, flyer than dragonflies. Swag up, I'm suited, bruh. Smoke up, not giving up. She wanna take a ride through this cosmic drive. I'm trying to feel the days, high off that natural ride. I think I'm super fly, flyer than dragonfly. Swag up, I'm suited, bruh. Smoke up, not giving up. She wanna take a ride through this cosmic drive. I'm trying to feel the days, high off that natural ride. Psychedelic, you can feel it. Don't play no games with me. I'm angelic, I won't tell it. My secret's safe with me. It ain't nothing, I'm just bluffing. I'm playing safe with keys. Still don't know my name. Is it nerd or is it D? Protecting dragons, these people think I'm the Lord of D. I'm sick of people with blue eyes, I'm bringing bread with me. Are you here with me, homie? I'm maxing seriously. Don't have time for the weakness, my team stay strong with me. We'll pack here, homie, and we don't hang with wannabes. I don't care if you a BG or C's to me. I'm just trying to save you, homie, so take my safety tip. My words can save you, my homie, you trying to be a pimp. But time after time, you didn't prove that you's a wimp. Bro said go apes on this track, instead I'm just a chimp. But not a chump, so watch me as I run this camp. Cause when you come for the king, you better not miss it, champ. I think I'm super fly, flyer than dragonflies. Swag up, I'm suited, bruh. Smoke up, not giving up. She wanna take a ride through this cosmic drive. I'm trying to feel the days, high off that natural ride. I think I'm super fly, flyer than dragonfly. Swag up, I'm suited, bruh. Smoke up, not giving up. She wanna take a ride through this cosmic drive. I'm trying to feel the days, high off that natural ride. Take a ride with me. I'm back on my bullshit. Niggas try to keep me quiet, but they couldn't. Now let's keep it 100, motherfucker. We at war, bitch. You the best, but you lying, you ain't top shit. So you can stop it, no need for the rockets. You ain't a Houston, but I know I'm a problem. Help me to solve it, man. I'm running out of options. I am the pastor, but I'm feeling like apostle. Damn. Life is a bitch, but we cool, bro. She ain't really rude, though. Pushing my soul off the condo. Wondering why I'm falling like, why, what's I here for? Trying my best to fucking fall on my head, yo. Who really want these problems when you up in the maze? He only tripping cause we had him for a couple of days. He threatened to call the cops and have him come to his
say. He thinking that these motherfuckers gonna come in and blaze. We can blaze, that's a well-known fact. Slicing the competition like Samurai Jack. I told you we taking over the city like a jack. Cause the end of the story ain't really the other sequel. I'm evil like William Regal when I greet you. Slupex bitches on a whole bunch of needles. I hope you hate me, motherfucker, it's good to see you. Keep that mask on, don't really wanna see who. Wanna talk to the nerd of king. Booker T shit, peasant kiss my fucking ring. Respect the grind cause it's mine, but it took time to make it happen. Got my diamond, I'ma let it shine. I could've died, gave up to my final ride, but instead got in the car on nigga deal. Ready to down, trying to get my fucking head straight. Give me the blonde, trying to smoke my fucking pain away. I go to space, nigga. Shit. Right now, I'm the best thing living. Killing all the competition, that's how we do it, yeah. Everybody wanna know how I'm living, but make sure you got the gas before you come, yeah. I'm a motherfucking dragon, don't summon me. Leave a nigga alone, homie, rest in peace. Let a nigga die alone, gon' let me free. I'm tryna change, but the change ain't what they see. Back on motherfucking business, pulling out teeth like your fucking neighborhood dentist. Looking at my bitch like y'all niggas gon' get it, but I bet that my queen gon' motherfucking spray. Yeah, she chopping you fools up, y'all thinking she corrupt. Drinking the poison while we watching you throw up. Inside you feeling the pain, inside staring up. That's what you get when you think you be blowing up. Said it 5 times in a row. If you looking for Candyman, you looking for death row. Name in the book, guess I'm signing with Death Note. Janelle Bodea, guess I'm pulling the tightrope. On a pimp named Slip back, I'm coming to check codes. Bitch, shut up, I don't need an echo. I'm killing everybody with these dope ass songs though. Still bringing classes, still flying the go. There he go, talking like he doing it big. Ain't got no songs popping, they ain't really feeling you, kid. And while you rapping, I think it's time to get a new gig. Get sick of this shit, move on and forget this bitch. Leave this rap shit alone, don't record new songs. Just move along into your dreams and reality home. Dropping your dome, you feeling like you right at home. I'm chilling homes, you thinking this is a dream, but really it's just your nightmare.
Nightmare in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You may have heard the nightmare, but it ain't a nightmare. It's a beautiful motherfucking day. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to episode 17 of Armageddon Podcast. We are live. And as you see it on the motherfucking screen, if you want an interview from us, all you gotta do is email us at Armageddon Productions 90
at gmail.com. Let's go.
gmail.com. Hey y'all, we live, direct, in the building. It's your boy Nerd the King.
Sunburn the Dude.
Yeah.
Malachi the motherfucking Messiah.
Malachi, baby.
The man, the myth in the building. Hey yo, we have a special guest, and I'm gonna let this guy introduce him.
Yo, if you know anything about anything when it comes to this poetry shit in Minneapolis, you should know this brother and know of this brother. You know what I'm saying? Original Poetic Enterbrainment, Frank Sentwali in the building. My brother.
Thank you for getting it right.
Enterbrainment.
The brother asked me earlier, is it entertainment or enterbrainment?
Swear to God, because I swear to goodness, I thought he was bullshitting. Right? Man. That is the most genius fucking way to use entertainment.
It's intellectual property, man.
Facts.
So this brother has one of the shortest, illest call and responses, even as a poet.
Come on.
Even in his rap or any of that shit, you know, that I've seen in the local scene in Minneapolis. And it used to really be that shit, because you would hear like 1,000 niggas screaming. Because the niggas say, Edupo!
You know! Yeah.
That's some real shit right there. Yeah, Frank Sentwali.
Man, it is an honor to have you here on Armageddon Podcast. No cap, man.
Brothers, it's an honor to be here. Y'all doing new wave. Everything about this is new wave. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we sitting here, it's a podcast. We can reach out and connect with the people live. Yep. You know, audio, video.
Love it,
when
man.
I started doing this shit didn't exist.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's an honor to be here and to still be just relevant enough to get an invite. So I appreciate y'all.
Hey,
love, man. Hell yeah,
you get an invite man off legacy alone. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that,
when it comes to this shit, man. Come on, man.
That,
like,
I remember dragging my feet through the 90s and shit, battle rapping, niggas fucking them up everywhere I went. It's been merged. Ain't that what the young cats say?
It's merged.
Same thing with the poetry for Frank Sentwali.
Yes, sir.
Right. I've known this brother since the 90s, and he's always been organically himself. His shit is raw and just straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? And knowledge is key. And if you could listen to what's being said, maybe you'll take something from it.
For real.
Like I always say, everything ain't for everybody, and everybody ain't for everything. But sometimes if you just listen, you might, if you're coachable, you might learn something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And that's what we need in the culture. I mean, you know, I come from a culture that the foundation was paved by artists that understood that art is political.
Yes, it
You know
is.
what I'm saying?
It always has been.
It always has been. And, you know, like, everybody loved the Isley Brothers and Ron Isley and the generation now is, you know, Mr. Biggs and all of that.
Yep.
But I remember I tried to play my music. They say my music's too loud. I tried talking about it. I got the big runaround.
Yes,
I
sir.
tried to roll with the punches. I got knocked on the ground by all this bullshit going down.
God damn. That's right.
That's
Spoken word. Here we go. Yeah.
That's the Isley
Isley
Brothers.
Brothers.
That was the original Fight the Power song.
Yeah.
Before Do the Right Thing and Public Enemy remade it. People think Ron Isley, you know, Between the Sheets and you know what I'm saying.
They be thinking about all the love shit.
But they don't realize them cats was spitting revolutionary concepts in their music.
They have an endless catalog.
And
they
do.
still going.
That's what make the Isley Brothers to this day one of the most iconic motherfucking groups in black culture. You know what I'm saying? Not even just in black culture, just in music culture.
In music culture.
Motherfucking music culture, man. They put their fucking DNA all over that.
Right in sight. And if you listen to the sounds and the messaging, you'll take a lot of shit away from what the old school. This is how I could tell if a cat really is just a rapper or if he's really an MC and he respects the elders of his hip hop shit. I could tell by the demographic of music that he listens to or what inspired him or, you know, because great minds think alike.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So, yeah.
And for me being raised on that culture, you know, because I still spit flows, and I started off as an MC. I was the first MC to do Rondo Days main stage in 1988, 89.
Yeah, that's
right.
Type
That's matter of fact, shout outs to AK. Man, big homie
AK.
So real story. I'll share with y'all some real fucking hip hop history in the Twin Cities right here. So 1989, and I only remember that because Rondo Days was in July, August, and I was 15. I was 15 years old, going on 16, and I was with a group called H2O.
Yep.
And
I remember your group, fam.
Yeah, and back then a lot of high school cats, a lot of young cats wasn't spitting flows, and you definitely wasn't on big stages back then.
You weren't going on no stage if you were trash back then.
Man,
motherfuckers will tell you about it.
Man, and in St. Paul, there wasn't much platform for you. Everybody was breaking. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's what everybody did. So we got an opportunity to do main stage at Rondo Days, and I remember, man, I was 15 years old, and I was terrified. Because I'd never been on a stage like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'd been doing it for about a year and a half, but I had never been on a stage. And this back when Rondo Days was like MLK Park. Yeah. Where it was last year. And you could look out as far as you could see. Yeah, it was people, right? Yeah. So I'm doing what you do when you're young and you don't know what you're doing on stage. I'm on time with my flow, but my head's down and I'm just bobbing back and forth across the stage. I'm terrified to look out there because I know it's packed in my whole neighborhood. I'm the same Wally boy. I'm from the neighborhood. Right. And I look to my left on the corner of the stage, and AK is sitting on the corner of the stage, and he's just bobbing like this. Right. Yeah, and he's riding with me. You know what I'm saying? With me and him, we grew up playing basketball together, so we grew up with hoop.
AK is my brother, man. I got a lot of love for AK.
Man, that's the homie, big homie.
Real legend.
What's good?
Even younger than me, but that's the big homie.
The music shit is a ball player.
Man, all of that.
This is an overall good dude.
His dad and my dad were homies. That's how far back
he always been my dude, man.
Yeah, good people. Good people from good stock. Man.
Yeah.
So he bobbing with it, and that's when I realized, I must be doing something right up here. Because I look at the homie and the homie's rocking with it. And I look out, I don't know, there's thousands of people. And everybody's rocking with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the genesis of like, oh, I can do this. We all need that moment of validation. I don't care. Everybody can front like they the freshest their whole life. Even when Lil Wayne was 12, somebody had to validate him out there on that microphone. Mm-hmm. We all need validation at the beginning so that we can build the confidence to really do what we do on the professional level that we do it now. But none of us started there. We all had to start by building our confidence and building our stage mouth. So I wanted to bring that up as a shout out to AK, but also as a shout out to how long I've been doing this. Because that was that genesis for me to say, not only do I got good rhymes, but I can rock a crowd. And that rolled into spoken word, but the influence all came from Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. The influence came from Stevie Wonder. The influence came from the Isleys. The influence came from Curtis Mayfield. Don't worry, if there's
I love Curtis.
All gonna go.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Roy
Fred is dead. The infield, man, Roy Poo Lala. Motherfuckers don't know about that Poo Lala, man. Come on, Roy Ayers. Come on, man. Roy Ayers was one of the first to really be spitting that Poo Lala. He's spitting that poetry. Over them vibes and over that jazzed out but funked out beat. You know what I'm saying?
Killing it.
With Karen White in the background. Anybody know who Karen White was back then? Man, look. So that's the era that I'm from. So when we came up with Enterbrainment, everything I've ever tried to write or do had to have some significant purpose to the people. The hardest things for me to write, which unfortunately is what sells, is erotica poetry, because there's just my heart ain't in it. Like I'm just this is so the ladies will buy a CD so they niggas will listen to it, so that they get the messagery. You know what I'm saying?
Type shit.
But really everything I ever wanted to write, I want people to be like, yo, that's some shit to take home and think about. Enterbrainment. I don't want to entertain you. I want to entertain your brain and then move your body.
Word, man. Fire.
Enterbrainment.
That's
man.
fire.
Yo, I gotta speak on this really quickly, though, man.
Go ahead, man.
No, that's you, bro.
No, I was just saying, like, that's fucking phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Especially when in hip hop, a lot of motherfuckers just like to, continuously bring the popular bullshit of gang activity, drugs, and fucking hoes.
It's homogenized.
So you know what I'm saying? It's good to, you know what I'm saying, to actually hear some good fucking positivity in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of homies like myself coming up, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in Chicago, but a lot of homies like myself coming up, I only knew but a few good conscious rappers. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really get much into the hip hop scene out here until I really moved out here. And my neighbor, who was among homies, shout out to the homeboy Moses, he was a rapper. And so he, you know what I'm saying, gave me his mixtape and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But as years of me growing up here, I'm like, damn, where the conscious shit at? Where the Commons at? Where the motherfucking Badu's at? You know what I'm saying? Where the
consciousness used
where
to
the
be
outcast
real heavy
niggas out
in
here,
local hip hop in the local community, and then somehow it just seemed to fade out.
Well, everybody trying to get $1.
And
well,
everybody
it's self-degradation.
Everybody
is at an all-time high,
and then,
but it's okay if the hottie sauce compliments the thigh.
I mean, we also have to understand too that we also have to understand that we also got people who is in control of, you know what I'm saying? Well, I would say that's in control of the hip hop community and the Hollywood stage that keep promoting the bullshit and thinking that this is what the culture, this is what the culture enjoys, this is what the culture fucks with. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna keep pushing this shit.
Sometimes you know what I mean? It isn't even what the culture fucks with, because a lot of the shit that gets played is based on the fact that it's exploitation, is self-degradation to the fullest extent. You know, it's a lot of fuckery. Is what it is. Like, they don't want to hear real because real is the truth, and niggas run from the truth.
Motherfuckers do not like the ugly truth. Instead, they down for the pretty motherfucking lie. Let's go ahead and keep twerking these motherfuckers with the pretty lie. But that's the reason why, like, listening to this history, like, man, because Sunburn always talk about You know what I'm saying? The culture and how it really was and how different it is today.
No, he'll tell you.
And so just like listening to this, you know what I'm saying, right now, it's like, man, this is dope, man. This to me is Black history. I love hearing this shit.
I think, fam, when 2000 was going around, 2000, after 2004, that's when I feel like consciousness started to fade out of the local hip hop scene.
I would
what
agree.
do you think? It could have been earlier than that, but I was still able to surround myself with a bunch of conscious cats.
I would say
up
that
till around that time.
For me, I would say
03
that
maybe.
2002 was the start of when conscious rap was really starting to go down. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because like
it's
2002
not really went down. What it is it's been given the back seat.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, cause like, Outkast was still popping like that, and then you still had Black Thought. We had Kweli. We had Black Star.
Tell me a lyricist, lyric for lyric, right now that could fuck with Black Thought. You're not gonna have one. You're not gonna have.
Man,
one,
don't put me on the spot like that.
I think that Black Thought is one of the top 3 MCs of all time. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, word, man. I would agree with that.
I think that his layers of conditioned honesty. When I say conditioned honesty, I hate to use the word oppression, but I've been rereading Pedagogy of the Oppressed lately, and so that word is just on my mind as it shapes again for the second time through my idea of the word oppression, and look at it through the Ferrerian lens. But he does an amazing job of taking the grime of the hood, blending that with university level intellectualism, much like Wu-Tang, but Black Thought's ability to ride a beat and swag with it at the same time. Like, you can put him up with any swing or stylistic any melody MC you want to put him with, he can rock melodies with you. Any conscious MC you want to put him with, he can rock consciousness with you. Any grime MC you want to put him with, he can rock grime with you. You know what I'm saying? Black Thought can fit in every single space.
But you know what's crazy?
At an elite level.
You know what's
and I think
crazy,
people miss that about him.
They do miss that because it's like, oh, he's old school cat.
Or they're only looking for what they want to hear.
You know what's
They're only
crazy?
looking for the grime. They're only looking for the conscious.
They're
not
just
seeing
as
the
dope
range.
as him on the same level of genius with this rap shit.
Who?
Was Malik B. Rest in peace to Malik B. from The Roots.
Yeah.
Well, lyrically, they were like the Wonder Twins for real.
And Black Thought will tell you that. Malik chose a different path. But Black Thought will tell you that, like, you know, that him and I were, you know, we were still sharpening, still escalating each other. You know, I believe, and you know, and maybe somebody on the internet correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm paraphrasing, but I believe he even said something to that extent in an interview.
Yeah, word.
So you know that's researchable, but I believe I remember him speaking of Malik in that way.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask y'all a question as it relates to this whole conversation and the music, the poetry, because it's all poetry, right?
Yeah, all of it.
The lyrical content of rap is poetry.
Yeah.
Right? And it's performance poetry, and spoken word is performance
that's
poetry.
That's really
right?
all music.
That's all it is.
And really, even theatrical monologue is a form of performance poetry. They're all under the performance poetry umbrella. They're different styles.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
So we talked about how that consciousness, or just that, I don't even call it the consciousness, because I don't think these young cats that are out here wilding are dumb. I don't think they're dumb. I don't think they're stupid at all. I do think
they're stuck in follow mode.
They've been conditioned to a lack of compassion for human life.
Because they've been conditioned to follow.
When you're around a person, if somebody stuck you in a room and continuously made you watch Scarface, what do you think is going to happen?
So you get into my point that I'm trying to make is that, so what I noticed the shift was around that time that you're talking about in the early to mid 2000s, where you saw this shift not just in the local scene but in nationally scene,
too,
right, and in global scene. Really, I think the shift that I saw as an educator, and I've been in education for going on 27 years now. a shift in the way those children were parented.
Yep.
Generally speaking, across the board, in numbers to the way that we were parented, even though our parents still endured struggle.
Oh yeah,
and endured,
yeah.
like my parents.
Dude, I had
went
a
a pretty cool
dysfunctional
route,
fam, but at the end of the day, my mom taught us morals. Cause I'm my mom's
and
only
ethics,
son, right?
And values.
I'm my mom's only son. She raised 5 bitches and I ain't one. My sisters, I love them queens. All 5 of them.
Right. 2
older, 2 younger, and twin. I love you, my nigga. But yeah, man, it's.
So they took the consequence, the accountability out of the hands of the parents.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Put the accountability into the hands of enforcers for the system. Right? So what the rap is really about is survival mode and thrival or bust mode.
Bring it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. Survival. I'm sorry, my bad. Survival mode or thrival and bust mode. Right.
Yeah,
so it's like you're either surviving, and if you're surviving, you're a whack, you're a buster, or even worse, a target.
Yo, can I say something?
But there's no in between. It's or be viral on the net. You know what I'm saying? There's no in between, and because our parents had an in between. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
My mama whooped ass.
Yeah, but I'm saying from a class standpoint, your mom also provided for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the other thing. You can take those ass whoopings more when you see your parents busting their ass to provide, but if your parents are neglecting you and whooping your ass, that's another type of survival mode conditioning.
I can't say that my mom ever whooped my ass for no reason.
See what I'm saying? So she didn't whoop your ass because she was frustrated.
She whooped my ass because I was acting up.
I can't.
You said you had
I'm sorry. I'm from Chicago. A lot of parents out there are fucked up, bro.
So let me ask you this, just if you don't mind me asking, and you can.
I mean,
sound on,
there's times I
I
will admit that were times where I did fuck up and I got my ass whooped. And I'm like, okay, I understood. But then there's times where I got my ass whooped, and I'm like, bitch, are you serious right now?
So you're in your 20s, 30s?
Yeah, I'm 35. Okay. So, putting my business out there. But I don't give a shit. I'm 35.
So think about what we're saying now when you tie it all together about what we're talking about, the way his generation was parented, the way our generation was parented. Like you said, Chicago, a lot of people fucked up.
I would definitely say that. Energy. I would definitely say that, like, you know what I'm saying, y'all generation definitely had the better parents. Like, you know what I'm saying, y'all parents really, you know,
they weren't perfect, but
they wasn't perfect. They wasn't perfect, but a lot of, you know what I'm saying, parents from y'all generation stayed in y'all ass, and they taught y'all, you know what I'm saying, values, and they taught y'all manners. You know what I'm saying?
That's because our parents cared. They weren't trying to be our goddamn friends.
Exactly.
Our parents cared.
So let's bring it to the music now. Do you think that a lot of the music that's being pushed, and a lot of it's good music, that's why it's being pushed, regardless of what the messagery is.
Yeah, but
should be banging.
Most of the shit I listen to doesn't get pushed, and it's all great shit.
Right, but I want to stay on the conversation of kind of where the music is shifted, where the conscious, or I don't even want to use the word conscious. I want to say where critically conscious, critical of this society in a way that is awakening versus critical in the society of a way that is selfish and raging.
Yo, can I say this real quick?
Because it's selfish to take a life.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I want to say something kind of adding on to that little music part of it, family.
Yes, sir.
Also, as a young cat myself, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to put myself out there. 26 years old. What's happening with everybody in the...
I try to put
you know
myself
what I'm saying?
26 years old.
You feel me?
You gotta love it, right? You gotta love it.
But here's what I'm saying, though. And to y'all and you know what I'm saying, to the OGs in the generation, because y'all know the game, y'all know the structure, y'all know how everything is built.
Right.
But like what I'm saying is this though, man. As a young cat myself, man, I'm learning, you know what I'm saying, still. Music has been the indulgence of life.
Right.
Has brought out so many
indulgences.
You feel what Now watch this though. This is why I love that, because when I say indulgence, because we're indulging in everything that goes on and what the hell we do in our lives. Music is one of them. Work is a big part of that shit. responsibilities. Every freaking thing that goes on in human life is indulging something because it's what our passion's for. It's what we have to do for, and it's what we stand for. And also, too, speaking on music, if y'all want y'all stuff sent in, man, if y'all want y'all music heard and y'all want to be interviewed, yo, send your request in to Armageddon Productions 90@gmail.com. Y'all know how we do. It's the Armageddon Podcast, and we coming live to you.
Yeah, man, we got Frank up in the building, man.
Sentwali.
Sentwali, gotta put the
Sentwali.
Hey.
You remember what Tyler Quali said? Say it phonetic. It's quality, right? It's
Quality. That's my shit.
That's my name.
Real talk, right?
Love, Qua.
Real talk,
baby.
So while we're doing this fucking episode today, we're doing your thing. You feel me? We're gonna do the what's the whoop that you was talking about at the shows? You said it earlier, like as soon as we started the show.
Spoken word.
Well,
y'all want me to do a piece?
No, I'm talking about your quote.
Your favorite quote. You feel me?
What's my favorite spoken word?
Edupo.
You know. So today on Armageddon Motherfucker Podcast, goddammit, we're gonna be saying this shit as we go ahead and play music, and then when we come fucking back, so y'all make sure to tune on in. And also shout out to all 9 to 15 of y'all that was tuned in on the YouTube channel, man. For real, that's love. But please make sure to hit the like, y'all. Please hit the like. Like the goddamn video, please.
And subscribe.
And go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you stay up to date to the show and everything else in between. It's your boy Nerd the King.
Sunburn the Dude.
Every Melikata Messiah. What's good?
And we up in this motherfucker.
Being torn down to be built back up, my soul worn down. Cause the battle is rough and had enough of the same old stuff. Spending every waking moment trying to see who to trust. But I never give up, so I cuss and fuss. Trying to keep my mind focused cause maintenance a must. They're aiming at us, so stand up and deal with it. We have to look beyond the flaws, get right and be real with it. People, they shoot, and we feed right into it. We ask the questions, get the answers, scared to admit we go through it. On the quest that we pursuing, just guessing to the questions that we asking, feeling stupid cause we don't listen to it. I always knew it. When it comes down to the movement, it's only a few true soldiers that's really down to do it. It's like we done blew up, people feeling like they gon' lose it. If we stronger, let's prove it. Come together, gonna do it.
Government operations. Government operations. Government operations. Population control.
We at war for a reason, it's misleading. Over an unsettled disagreement that we didn't agree with. The alarming thing is we can't make an agreement. We keep feeding off the poison, agreeing, avoiding, and believing that we're not destroying our seeds. And we steadily breeding. We need to wake up this instant to prevent further incident. Evidence of treason, secrets, presidents deceiving because of greed, religion, and they proceeding to keep receiving funds from the delegates. They playing with our intelligence. This whole game is irrelevant, and we have the right to settle it. They needed soldiers for deployment in the war they could have avoided. Many lives have been destroyed through poison and unemployment. It makes it hard for providing the necessary guidance we need for surviving the violent crimes steadily rising. Not surprising that the wise are only a few, the ones who knew, those knowing what not to do.
Government operations. Government operations. Government operations. Population control.
In my eyes, what I realize, you can't trust no man. All men fall victim to the same circumstance, cause we don't overstand the master's plan. So we do what we can, which makes it hard to advance. It's combat. Straight hand in hand, happening all over the world, in urban cities to Pakistan. U.S. contraband spread out through the land. Iraq, Japan, Korea, and Afghanistan. From the mountains to the sands of Sudan. It's blood on their hands and they don't give a man, if a child, woman, a man. See what happened to Iran, Hiroshima, Vietnam, we've been scammed. Cause all we think about is grand sedans and name branding. We still face the sons of the Ku Klux Klan. They still exist. This is it, and we need to take a stand. Not for the same song and dance. We have a chance to make it if we can. And if y'all agree with what I'm saying, then can I get an amen?
Breaking off another hot exclusive mix.
Yo, pass that shit, Nero.
I thought you said you were different. I could've sworn you said you bout Benjamins. Bragging about how you got dividends. Now you sitting around trying to get rich again. Oh, you don't sell no more? Now copy bricks like you were trying to sell promo. I guess the hood like he ain't real no more. I could've sworn that you said fuck the game and more. Okay. I guess I'm tripping again. Immature type of attitude, a college kid. Smoking up in the church with the Bible here. They wondering if they Jesus gonna rise again. It's the surprise again. I'm not answering no questions. Feeling like Danny Phantom, cause I'm the secret weapon. Kicking niggas out like Martin, I get to stepping. Gave you hot shit so y'all can keep on gelling. I could've sworn that you said that you was that broke. I could've sworn that you said put me in now, coach. I could've sworn that you said you don't need that joke. I could've sworn that you said it get better though. I could've sworn that you said that you was that broke. I could've sworn that you said put me in now, coach. I could've sworn that you said you don't need that joke. I could've sworn that you said it get better though. Could've sworn that you said that you bring down tears and all your motherfucking ops got a reason to fear. You would do whatever it takes to make shit clear, just as long as they know that you the man right here. The problem is these people always bumping they lips until you put a knuckle sandwich right across their shit. They wanna flip and trip this shit, true embarrassment. You looking like a lame, I guess you got your acknowledgement. Could've sworn that you said that you was that broke. I could've sworn that you said put me in now, coach. Could've sworn that you said you don't need that joke. I could've sworn that you said it get better though. I could've sworn that you said that you was that broke. I could've sworn that you said put me in now, coach. I could've sworn that you said you don't need that joke. I could've sworn that you said it get better though.
Y'all already know, this be your boy Sean Hicks, and I'm tuned in to Armageddon Radio. Y'all know the phrase, good music made, good music played. Hey, y'all already know what it do. Man, look, this is the hottest, the drippiest. Hey, you gotta keep it saucy, baby.
People be acting shady and stuck up. Can somebody please tell you to shut the fuck up? Touching no minus on me, you know your ass disability. Tell them about something good that they could the ability or something horrific. Molesters, they deserve it. They earned it by sinning and touching on the innocent. Ridiculous shit flowing and keeping this fucking job. They call him a fucking human, I call him a fucking slob. Quick to lock my brothers up for nothing, we just living. They started out fine until I almost died again. Died a kid going to school, minding my business. A cold-blooded murderer caught up by many witnesses. The masses, homie, we fucking sleep. They controlling everything, even what the fuck we eat. Homie, we are the masses. Homie, we fucking sheep. They controlling everything, getting rid of people that look like we the masses. Homie, we fucking sleep, controlling us with this paper. but they say it's all elite. Nigga, we are the masses. Homie, we fucking sheep. We voting for enemies while they plotting to kill us all in our sleep. We the masses. Homie, we fucking sleep. They controlling everything, even what the fuck we eat. Homie, we are the masses. Homie, we fucking sheep. They controlling everything, getting rid of people that look like we the masses. Homie, we fucking sheep. Controlling us with this paper, but they say it's all elite. Homie, we are the masses. Homie, we fucking sheep. They voting for enemies while they plotting to kill us all in our sleep. We the masses, distracted by bitches that shake their asses, and niggas that be hating lower classes, divided by evil humans controlling all their actions. They suited and booted while they soldiers killing our asses. They take our kids away, they say it ain't somewhere safe. Give them the trash people, then they lock them up in a cage. On my life that feel my rage, get ready for center stage. You versus the state, let's see if you win the day. But shit, to me it's another day, I'm living the fucking afraid. They tell me to stay away, the consequence never change. But really, who can you blame? When they all playing the same game, talking about checkers so fucking chest, you losing brain. Insane when I speak about it, refuse to doubt it. I'm on the top, still reach a bottom to help all my brothers and sisters. Cutting these traitors and all them haters that wanna blast shit. Black power, my people, we still gotta hold it. This cause we the masses, my master fought and they fucking died. Building cities while my people finding ways to survive. So survive, but the other will stay and brick in your head. Better hope that they don't cut your soul or your ass is next, bitch. Gone.
Purchase your tracks.
It's your boy
today.
Pops from the Chop It Up and Pop Show. You listening to Armageddon Radio, the baddest radio station in the Twin Cities.
Free Bandito. Southside. Free Joint Friday.
Luis Miguel, what up, nigga?
Wants to smoke. Let's keep it real. I'm Captain Kush when it comes to the kid. Show me the money before we make a deal. Or you can get your head fire pressed by the hot steel. Who wants to smoke? Oh, let's keep it real. I'm Captain Kush when it comes to the kid. Show me the money before we make a deal. Or you can get your head fire pressed by the hot steel.
Got the burn out at your head, nigga, I don't care. Stinking up the set like a hot comb on nappy head. Niggas finna know that I'm here. Smell that cushion there. What is it, Ogre, OG, or a little bit of sour? No, motherfucker, it's that orange diesel power. Me and Luis Miguel smoking to the dusk. And ain't no niggas fucking with us. I didn't say dust, my nigga. Trust, my nigga. I put you in the place where guns rust, my nigga. Then sit on your front porch and hit that spittoon. Dr. Burn Loud, the rusty spoon coon. When I spit, I'm aiming for the moon. If I come down, it's too soon. So I smoke another other kush, make a push. So you niggas whole fucking fam don't get pushed.
Smoke. Let's keep it real. I'm Captain Kush when it comes to the kid. Show me the money before we make a deal. Or you can get your head fire pressed by the hot steel. Who wants to smoke? Oh, let's keep it real. I'm Captain Kush when it comes to the kid. Show me the money before we make a deal. Or you can get your head fire pressed by the hot steel.
The gas man coming. Yeah, Mr. Petro, you know it, aka Captain Kush. Get you some. Want that smoke? It's up.
Smoke. Let's keep it real. I'm Captain Kush when it comes to the kid. Show me the money before we make a deal. Or you can get your head fire pressed by the hot steel. Who wants to smoke? Oh, let's keep it real. I'm Captain Kush when it comes to the kid. Show me the money before we make a deal.
I mean, yo, what's up, everybody?
Yo,
in the place to be.
Man, no, what was you saying?
About which time?
About you were saying
I
that.
was saying that you know, even when I listen to diss songs now, I just think that the quality of creativity in so many of them have been lost.
Facts.
And so And I think those are even becoming homogenized to the point where now everybody wants to do the same style diss song.
Well, it's
You know
that
what I'm
cut and
saying?
paste.
You can't. I mean, and I know we're talking about eras, but you can't tell me Bad sounded like Hit 'Em Up, sounded like No Vaseline, sounded like the bridge. No, the bridge.
Right,
Now we're
they
talking about
all
different
had
eras.
right.
But even creatively, even if they was from the same era, you could tell they were doing something unique with music.
Exactly.
Each one of them. I feel like now even that's getting homogenized.
You know what? Real quick, Deca Fest, July 18th through the 20th. We in Taylor Falls at the Wabu G's, I guess. Wabu G's?
Yeah.
Whatever. We gonna be up in that motherfucker. It's a cannabis camping music festival, man. Come on out. It's gonna be a dope ass situation. You do not want to miss it. You know what I'm saying? All of that.
Stay high, stay happy.
All of that. Hey, yo, we're back. Hey, make sure if you want your music heard right here on Armageddon Podcast, send your music in to us at Armageddon Productions 90 at gmail.com. And we're going to try to speak up on the mic. I don't understand why the shits is, my bad, why the shits and gigs is shitting and getting. But whatever, we here, Armageddon Podcast. And during the break, man, we were talking about, you know what I'm saying, so much when it comes to this hip hop shit. But you know, we touch base on why a lot of the fans is well, in my opinion, with a fan like me, why a fan like me is so bored with the drill and trap scene. And that's because, in my opinion, and no disrespect to any drill or trap artist, okay, but there's absolutely no originality there. And they had their voice. They had their voice behind auto-tune. Now, to the ones that actually do have creativity with their shit, okay, I'm not talking about them. But we're talking about what we just say, the copy and paste motherfuckers. If it ain't the locks, then it's the haircut, right? If you ain't a skinny nigga, it's the fat niggas. If you ain't got one tattoo, you got 1,000 tattoos. If you ain't got one gun, then you got the other gun that you just took from fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah.
If you ain't got one nigga on stage, then you got 11 niggas on stage, and we all waving our fucking phones. Ain't nobody actually dancing. Ain't no, like, the shit's boring, bro. And then one nigga get on the stage, and he was just singing about chop it and then he get off the stage. Then another nigga get on stage, and it's this damn near, it may not be the same beat, but it's damn near the same beat. It's the same 808. It's the same drums.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Well, what it is you can only paint so many pictures verbally
and then
with guns and blood.
And
you
then get mad when
so many pictures.
And then get mad when the people start doing this. I'm finna go hit outside real quick, bro. I'll be back. Like, come on, bro. I just watched 3 niggas on stage singing this.
You know, people get colorblind when it comes to reds, blacks, and whites. You know what I'm saying? And like a deer in lights. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same way with that shit. You can only draw so many verbal pictures in a motherfucker's mind. Because to me, I look at rap like I look at like old white people look at Picasso's in the museum. I see the story playing it out. I feel like I can relate to shit. You know what I'm saying? I could see the picture that you're painting verbally. This shit, it's so simple and so copy and paste. That, you know, everybody...
So let me ask you this. Do you think that maybe it's me then? Maybe it's me because I'm listening to myself, and I listened to when I was 15, 16 years old, right? And my peoples, you know what I'm saying, my elders was like, turn that trash ass shit off. That shit's so annoying. I'm tired of it. Goddamn.
You might be getting old.
Is it? I'm being 100. Is it me then? Because then maybe I'm that old nigga now. And I'm listening to it, and maybe I'm the one that's like, man, this shit sounds like trash. Turn that shit off.
But can I? Let me just interject this perspective. I think anything that is the same,
overdone,
is going to feel that way eventually. I put on the other shoes and flip it the other way and imagine me being like 15, especially if I'm out in these streets, or even 20 or 22 or 25. Right. If I'm out in the streets and I go to a spot and there's a live band and Sunburn's up there and Edupo's up there, and then, you know what I'm saying, and then OSP's up there, and then Truth Maze is up there, and then Slim is up there, and it's like, and it's just everybody that comes on the stage. You know what I'm saying? A couple spoken word artists come up. Everybody that comes on the stage is launching them same missiles. Just missiles.
Allies.
But the missiles come in the form of information.
Yep.
And critical consciousness and cognitive awareness of the reality you are already angry at. Mm-hmm. So you like, man, I can't take no more of this shit. I can't hear. If another motherfucker get up there and say Ashe one more motherfucking time, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like that's probably their mentality. Yo. But what I think I wish we could do, and I think it's sad because it shows how separate in our subgroups us as music lovers have become now. Right. That what would be dope is to, you know, a ill drill MC, a ill trap MC, a ill spoken word artist, a ill live band conscious rap show, a ill like what I love about Sunburn shows, his whole show is taking you on a journey. Yeah. There's a story being told, and the shit's witty and clever and funny, and it's relaxed.
It is.
It's like he, man, when he did that shit at Acadia, and I was like, man, this nigga just telling y'all a story about some shit that happened over the course of 5 songs. As a matter of fact, this is motherfucking possible with some dope ass, similes, metaphors, and some allegories in there. You know what I'm saying? That shit
I just be talking my shit.
I know, but that's what's dope, because within talking your shit, there's a lesson.
I'm trying to paint a picture. Like I said, everybody can't see the ugly in beauty or the beauty in ugly. It all depends, because everybody got different eye.
For real.
I've said this before. People go in the museum, all that Picasso's beautiful. It's some ugly ass shit. Nobody can understand it. But see, if you take time and your mind is intrigued with information and understanding about what a nigga's really saying, instead of getting putting the trans with the beat in the hook to the shit, which is, I feel like 90% of the music now really is popular because of the hook and the fast ass fucking beat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Quadruple time ass beats, you know what I'm saying?
But what's deep about your stories is that you're telling the story and you're giving perspective of, you're taking accountability for personal choice in your stories. Yep. You're also taking into account social programming, not just for yourself, but the community around you. And then you're including systemic conditionality and systemic programming of the bullshit that is the umbrella over all of this daily shit that you navigate through. Yeah. So you're touching all 3 levels of what it is to move around as a black man in this society. You know what I'm saying? And not ignoring the fact that I realize some of this bullshit I'm telling y'all about, I brought on myself, but I was being this way because this is how I am, and then she was being this way.
Poetic justice, come on.
And then on top of it, we all under the same system that got us all conditioned this way. And you're telling that in a story, but if you don't listen, you don't catch that.
Yep, you don't catch it. Well, that comes from me being, just always being in my own lane. I've had influences. Everybody has influences.
Correct. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've had influences, but my style, I fathered my style. I fathered the lane that I'm in.
Yeah.
This ain't the HOV lane, my nigga. Get out the fucking way or get ran over with this shit.
For real.
I don't do ops and all that other shit. I either fuck with you or I don't. But I'm gonna tell a story about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of the times I don't be on no disrespectful shit.
Let me ask, do you think is it safe to say that in today's hip hop, because I think a lot of yesterday's hip hop was you know what I'm saying, it was ahead of its time because of the storytelling in hip hop, right?
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that today's hip hop don't have storytellers anymore?
I don't think
Yes.
so. I think it has storytellers.
It does.
I just
It
think
does, because
I think they're telling a lot of stories.
Listen,
but they're telling a lot of
I
the
could
same
name
stories.
a bunch of I could name a bunch of dope artists like Earth Gang. Listen to their messaging. Listen to Jid. Listen to the way that dude flows. Listen to West Side Boogie. Listen to Sabo Pivot. Listen to Smino.
Yeah.
There's plenty of positive young cats out here.
Or just cats telling
that
stories.
Are nice. Coast Contra. There's young cats out here.
Shout
that
out,
are
yo!
nice.
Shout out to Coast Contra.
Yeah,
they keeping it real on the
Man,
down low. You
the
feel me?
twins are Razzcaz's
Oh
sons.
God!
Yeah.
Yo,
But
shout out Coast Contra.
even the unfortunateness of cats telling stories of murder and mayhem. They're still telling stories, and they're telling a real story. I, not to change the subject,
They do
but
need to
this
be
brings
told.
up this age-old conversation that black intellectuals have been having since the Harlem Renaissance, which is, does black art need to only be for political purposes?
Yeah.
Or should black art have the same freedom as any other art in the world to be able to tell the entire scope of black people's experiences in America? And American black art is very uniquely American black art. The way black Americans experience our creation of art. You had to have gone through the slavery diaspora to create the art that was created during the Harlem Renaissance, which spawned the art that is being created now.
Listen,
Right.
fam, listen.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is unique. Now they can do it in other parts of the world, but it's black American art. It is Ado's art. You know what I'm saying? And that's why since the 1918s, 1920, 1925, since the Harlem Renaissance, it has been at the forefront of artistic evolution for the world. There's no coincidence as to why hip hop is the art culture of the urban and young world. Because Cab Calloway and Duke Ellington was in France and Spain, and England and Africa and South America and Central America and Mexico, and you know what I'm saying? And if where you think we get say ho, because Cab Calloway was like hidey ho, and what was that? That was a freestyle, and that was hip hop, because this is what nobody knows about Minnie the Moocher. What is he saying? Hidey ho. High sedity ho. High class ho. The song is about a broad breaking a rich man off.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what Minnie the Moocher is about.
I ain't gonna count to it. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well,
Hidey ho. And then he laughed at him. He.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Let me tell you about Minnie the Moocher. She was a red hot hoochie coocher. That's the opening line of the song.
God damn.
Yeah.
You understand?
Throwing that cooter
So we've
around.
been doing this. We've been. You know, when Jacob Lawrence's paintings and my man who did the Afro Deco, Aaron Douglas's creation of Deco style painting that they used in the animation for The Princess and the Frog. We've been doing this, and then we went, and then we bounced back after the Depression. This how deep our music shit goes, as far as how we have been doing this through the world.
Just beautiful.
Cab Calloway was making $50,000 a year during the Great Depression in 1930s.
That's fucking crazy.
Black man who
was
owned
bread.
publishing. Motherfuckers talking about, I own my publishing. Like we should have been on that shit. Prince knew that. We should have been on that shit, because we was on that shit in 1930.
Yeah. Yeah.
We keep getting tricked out of our shit and having to start over again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's a whole movement from the late 60s and early 70s called the Black Arts Movement.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that was international.
Man,
that's real.
It was international. Amiri Baraka, Nikki Giovanni, Sonia Sanchez, they're international. Quincy Troop, they're international. The Last Poets, Gil Scott Heron. Maybe that was the Last Poets because what came after them was the first MCs.
Damn.
Yeah, that's real
Crazy.
shit, man. Gil Scott Heron.
Yo, and here's what I want to say real quickly though, man. This is what's really gonna kind of bring it up.
We've been running the world artistically.
It's the revolution that goes around the music. Think about that though. Think about that. The revolution, it's all in circles. Yeah. First we had, look, I'm gonna say the main four what is the word I'm trying to say? Genres of music that kind of been around for so many decades. Jazz, hip hop, what's good with it?
Yeah.
Rap, and also R&B. See, the main four of those,
but you got to start with the blues.
We might right. I was gonna say you have to start with the blues.
Hey, but blues though is in there. That is true. Yes. But also too, if you think about it though, around that time, the revolution of the music of right now, has that type. You feel what I'm saying? Because look,
but yeah, you have to start with the blues.
Exactly. And I feel you. But at the same time though, look at how people now these days. Shout out to Chris Brown doing his music as he is now with blues, jazz, trap, everything. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tech Nine doing the same thing, bro. But everybody gotta understand.
You know what? If we're gonna talk about artists that do that, one of the coldest cats that does that and has done that.
Go ahead.
Well, Rakim originally he mostly used jazz.
I like that.
Guru used jazz.
Also,
and there's a new
Tribe
nigga
Called
that
Quest.
been out like the last 10, 15 years, and most of his shit is all jazz influence, and that's Mick Jenkins. Mick Jenkins is nice, son. He's from the Chi, but he's a conscious rap dude, you know, and the way he story tells is phenomenal, man.
But what you're speaking of, and that's why I'm glad y'all doing this, because we're all bringing up names of people that a lot of the listeners have probably never heard of. You're bringing up names of people I never heard of. I'm probably bringing up names of people y'all never heard of. Y'all bringing up names of people
I'm listening.
We all bringing up names, yeah.
But that speaks to what the whole concept is like, why... When did we get so lazy in academics? When did we get so lazy in activism? When did we get so lazy in our musical research?
Yeah.
You know,
that we stopped seeking all that was out there for our musical ear.
It's different.
And that's why we don't have the
know.
consciousness.
I don't know. It's different in different areas. Because when I was growing up in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, in elementary school and even in middle school, like, bro, you had to learn your black history. You had to know who these people were. You had to know about these people's history. But when I came up here to Minnesota, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't like that.
Well, which
you know
when you say these people, because I think I didn't grow up in Chicago, so I don't know from what perspective, from what scholarship they were teaching black history.
Well, I mean, like when I was in Chicago, like I learned about W.E.B. Du Bois and Harold Washington and Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey, just to name a few. When I was a kid, when I moved up here to Minnesota, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all. Shit, I went from when when we even started the fucking classroom, you had to say the Black National Anthem. Okay. You had to say lift every voice and sing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I moved up here. What the fuck is lift every voice and sing?
Really?
Like what?
Where did you move to?
Like, bro, I moved to the east side.
That's why.
Moved to the east side.
That's why. That explains it.
I mean, but hell,
35 east side. Yeah, that explains it.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Even up here, in Minneapolis, like, you know what I'm saying? You was there. When I did Armageddon Productions, we did a show in February. Or was it February or was it the April Smoke Sesh where I said it? And I was up there and I was like, yo, y'all lucky we, you know what I'm saying? I was joking around saying this, so I was like, yo, y'all lucky we didn't, you know what I'm saying, do lift every voice and sing. Yo, you should have seen the entire bar, like, lift every voice and sing. What's that?
Wow.
What's going on here?
Wow.
So then we did it at the Juneteenth event that I threw. And you would not believe the amount of faces of
That's really
that's crazy, bro. Like, and it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it makes me wonder about certain things when it comes to, you know what I'm saying? The certain, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, certain things up here on events and why certain people do what the fuck they do. Do they really understand the importance of what our culture is? You know what I'm saying? Or is it just a profit situation?
To it, you know, if they're not
right.
exposed
if
to
they
it.
ain't exposed to it, then like, how can you know anything about black culture? You know what I'm saying? It was just, I ain't gonna stunt, man. It was really sad.
But that brings back the importance of the music in a
like you know,
we're not homogenous. We don't all think the same. We don't experience life the same. You know, like a lot of times we say black people this, black people that, but there's we live a lot of different lived experiences.
Yeah.
So for you to say that as I'm listening, I'm like, well, one, I was just raised in a household with that knowledge, but also I was raised in environments where that knowledge was not only being taught, but constantly being encouraged to seek more.
Exactly.
Here's this book, or here, learn about that person.
Right.
Here, so not
that's
only did I get it in school, but I
also
got it in school too. But I had parents that made sure that they put me in places and with teachers that they knew that I was going to get good tutelage from. But through the music, if we can get out of this, I don't want to be over there with them backpackers. I don't want to be over there with them drill motherfuckers. I don't want to be over there with them travel. I don't want to be over there with these conscious motherfuckers. If we can bring all of that to one space where we can share knowledge, then we can at least have a better viewpoint collectively on how we move collectively, because the music, I think, is a good microcosm of how black people are moving right now.
It is, for sure.
I agree with that, but here's the thing is, you're not going to be able, a bunch of ignorant niggas is not going to be able to sit in a room with a bunch of intelligent brothers. There's intelligent people. When you got people that's more in tune with gang activity versus knowledge, how you know what I'm saying? That will always be divided.
Would you say that's like us all bringing guns in the library?
And see, yo.
I mean, yo.
Yeah,
if you're security, I mean, the only way you can bring a gun in the library is if you're a security nigga or if you're a police person.
You know,
right?
I get the.
I get what you're saying, but like, it's like, you know what I'm saying, like. You know, I agree 100%. That is, you know what I'm saying? I would love for that shit to be
that.
Right. I would love for that shit to be
right.
That.
Exactly, because you know that's the only real way.
Right. But at the same time, we have to face facts here. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like us, we don't mind sitting down and listening and gaining and building and shit like that. But when you got you know what I'm saying? After a while, if we ain't talking about this and the third that ain't, you know what I'm saying, that's not interested to the uninterested mind, then all we doing is just sitting around talking to a motherfucker that's letting this shit go in the right ear and out the left ear.
Yeah, word. Man.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, no disrespect, but I said on the podcast where I was like, yo, we so fixated on talking about how fucked up the black culture is, how come we cannot have the conversation on how we can fix that?
True.
Well, and the only
to talk about.
Right, no, I'm saying like only, you know what I'm saying, the only response that motherfuckers kept giving was, oh well, the black community just don't and they refuse to. Okay, yeah, we got to that part. We understand that part. So how can we move past it? How can we actually sit down and do it? It's just too many motherfuckers that's just too blinded and not waiting to wake up. For real, you know?
There's too many tribes and too many degrees of separation.
But I like, so this is my commonality. I believe in my heart that every mother loves their child.
Yes.
I believe that in my heart. I believe in my heart that every mother wants the best for their child.
For real.
Yes.
Come on. I believe that every grandmother wants the best for their children and grandchildren.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? As we keep pointing out, we are not a monolith, right? We got a lot of different tribes, and those tribes come with their own mentalities and customs.
Come on.
Yeah.
But then we keep saying, and when I say we, I mean the generalized community, we keep saying black community this or black community that. It's no different than when this country gets on their political shit and they say the American people, well, how can they legally get away with that? Because they know that there's some groups of the American people that vibe with what they're saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just saying, well, we're talking to our people, right? They're
like an alien broadcast.
So we do that. You know, we do that. Like on one hand, we say us as a black community or as a black culture are this, or us as a black community or black culture are that. We are not all one anything, and so therefore, like we gotta figure out how to do the impossible. Like you're saying, how do we get a room full of niggas that don't want to hear shit? And I know because I work in schools, they start real early with not wanting to hear shit, right?
Even the kids coaching them sometimes,
right? But. And that's usually a trauma instilled and learned, condition, and usually it's generational, generational trauma. So we understand all the things that create the conditions, but I think we have to somehow, some way fall back on the reality is the only common denominator is every woman, every grandmother loves their child.
Yo,
that's maybe through that. Maybe we do somewhere. We do a collaborative hip hop show and get with the mamas groups and have all the mamas come out and you come into a hip hop show with your mama. She might tell you to pull your pants up. I don't know, but you're gonna do your shit. Because mama's got to understand this is what your children are doing, and this is their expression of their experiences. And everybody get a little bit. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm a dreamer, but what I know is we got to keep trying to work to solve the problem.
Ain't nothing wrong with dreaming, because sometimes the dream actually become a reality. You know what I mean? Hell, I'm a dreamer.
Man,
you know,
and you working toward it.
Right. You know what I mean? And
we're working toward it.
And that in its own right is, you know what I'm saying, that's cool, bro. And like you, man, I just want to see a brighter future with our hip hop community and our culture.
And our children.
Especially the new generation coming up in this hip hop or any music genre of shit. You know what I mean? For real. Hey, yo, Sunburn, man, why don't you tell them about what's going on the 26th?
Yo, we got Apollo 808, the show, live and direct at Acadia, July 26th. The doors are at 7 p.m., showtime's 8 p.m., it's 18 plus to get in, and it's free.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, and as y'all see right now on the screen, make sure y'all motherfucking book my boy, Dr. Burnlow, for your shows and all that good shit. Stop all the cap. We ain't playing no games. Hey, yo, shout out to my boy Calico 612. He told me he want us to play that hot shit for him.
Yeah,
so guess what we finna do? We finna play this hot shit for him. Right now on Armageddon Podcast. Let's get it popping.
Yeah.
You dig?
How many of us they poison? I've been a fighter. Devil knows I might budge, but I never break. Fighting to survive so long, I'm a warrior with the heavyweights. Long road, coming on the Fumando prayers out the heaven's gates. Blessed to protect us, so heavily surprised that I don't levitate. Hard worker, baptized in the name of the Most High. Blessed with no vision through both eyes. Revolutionary like bow ties. Healing abundance and more time. Try hard to find us a better way. Strengthen our connection beyond the universe to find better days. Can't be silenced. Came from a hard grind, it's time to elevate. I've been trying shit, I'm too grown to let myself get led astray. Connect with divine, blessing on blessings to those that demonstrate. Death to those who plot death on me, rebuke you. Get away el trio, caminando conmigo. Nombre del Padre, del Hijo, Espíritu Santo, mi Dios. Te amo 11,000 chingos. We offer our people, quitar la agua, trae la luz, but no gente, no equal. There is none like you. And I gotta thank you por los milagros, los santos también, por los angels, for good and evil intertangled. Yo, we are what they made us. Created a system for making a monster to the games to cage us. Y'all to feel outrageous. We dug each other out, make it ugly too. Who is you? Judging fool? That why I can't run with you. Flick them over, just the mochas. Trick it off me, I'm old folks. Can't hit no softly, I'm smoked that zone and I throw it. Bless me, don't stress me, I'm fighting. How far I gotta go? That mess you selling trash. Broke it down slow like Optimos. Legendary smoke. I never fold like I hate laundry, yo. Native, creative, and innovative. Wrote the one bite, so what they say it's a different game when you playing with the chosen. Leave your body like a shoddy muffler system, open and broken. Gotta keep the devil off me. Violence happens, I don't condone it. Fighting stats, ass whack, don't make me get up on it. Strong prayer, everything ungodly, I cast you away. Father, y'all, keep me safe, lift up, please hate some come my way. They gon' find out Sunday, oh legendary shot Dr. J. Tryna shift my aim, like, cause what we on, it's not the way. Never to my bed is paint locked away. No, even thought I had a way, but now pimpin', not today. My feet won't fail me, and my hands don't miss. Praise be to y'all. They always find that way to try to hate up on the star. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying, keep trying, keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. I said I've been a fighter. Devil knows I might punch, but I'll never break. Fighting to survive so long, I'm a warrior with the heavyweights. Long road, coming on the fumando, press up to heaven's gates. Blessed to protect you, so heavily surprised that I don't levitate. Surprised that I don't levitate. Blessed to protect you, so heavily surprised that I don't levitate. Hard worker, baptized in the name of the Most High. Blessed with throwing vision through both eyes. Revolutionary like bow ties. Healing abundance in more time. Try hard to find us a better way. Strengthen our connection with y'all in the universe to find better days.
The phrase, leader of the pack, refers to someone who is the most dominant, influential, or prominent member in a group. This person often sets the trends, makes decisions, and is looked up to by others. The origin of this phrase can be traced back to the animal kingdom, particularly observing pack animals like wolves. In such groups, the leader is the one who guides, protects, and makes crucial decisions for the survival and well-being of the pack.
When we hit them with that raw spit, it go off like a chopper. Yep, it go off like a chopper. You know it go blocka, blocka. Got them sacrificing ears when they listen to the track. We the head of the table, call us leaders of the pack. When we hit them with that raw spit, it go off like a chopper. Yep, it go off like a chopper. You know it go blocka, blocka. Got them sacrificing ears when they listen to the track. Sitting head of the table, we the leaders of the pack. I'll be the dawn of the clique. Do I really gotta say it? Do you really want the smoke? Ain't the one you wanna play with. Keep that yapping to a minimum unless you wanna thump. But your brothers taught me how to keep a body in the trunk. I'm the one, not the opposite. The two of us, the proper shit. Ain't telling how the story ends, just know we on the top of shit. A lot of it is simple, but you tend to make it hard. Didn't see the warning before you stepped your foot up in the yard. Now you're running from the biggest and the baddest of the pack. Spit this slobber, knock the shiver in the chill up out your back. Matter of fact, I say your verse to put your catalog to shame. Mr. Make your favorite rapper say my motherfucking name. Never playing with a nigga young enough to be my kid. I'm an OG, everybody seen the shit that I done did. If you know before we started, at the ending it's a rap. We the head of the table, we the leaders of the pack. When we hit them with that raw spit, it go off like a chopper. Yep, it go off like a chopper. You know it go blocka, blocka. Got them sacrificing ears when they listen to the track. We the head of the table, call us leaders of the pack. When we hit them with that raw spit, it go off like a chopper. Yep, it go off like a chopper. You know it go blocka, blocka. Got them sacrificing ears when they listen to the track. Sitting head of the table, we the leaders of the pack.
We the leaders of the pack and we going insane. I keep on killing all these tracks like they point blank range. Chill will in the place, you know I do my thing. Now put your hands in the air like it was a stick up. You looking lost in the game, you should be following us. Too many lames out here, so it's hard to trust. There ain't too many out there that believed in me. I put one foot in front of the other, now I take the lead. I'm hitting tracks so hard that I make them bleed. I got passion for the game, it ain't hard to see. If you can't see that, then you must be blind. Over hating ass person getting left behind. Just the ways that I spit, I had to represent. Started off with nothing, dug it out of the ditch. It's the ways that I move, so it's gotta be quick. We the leaders of the pack, we shut it down in this bitch.
When we hit them with that raw spit, it go off like a chopper. Yep, it go off like a chopper. You know it go blocka, blocka. Got them sacrificing ears when they listen to the track. We the head of the table, call us leaders of the pack. When we hit them with that raw spit, it go off like a chopper. Yep, it go off like a chopper. You know it go blocka, blocka. Got them sacrificing ears when they listen to the track. Sitting head of the table, we the leaders of the pack.
Y'all already know, this be your boy Sean Hicks, and I'm tuned in to Armageddon Radio. Y'all know the phrase, good music made, good music played. Hey, y'all already know what it do. Man, look, this is the hottest, the drippiest. Hey, you gotta keep it saucy, baby.
Break it off another hot explosive mix.
Can't see the truth right up under their nose. They can't see the truth right up under their nose. They can't see the truth right up under their nose. They can't see the truth right up under their nose. Can't see the truth right up under their nose. Too clever, I can't stoop to their level. The whole industry shows proof of the devil. If you're not a friend of me, you my enemy. The truth is most real men is there in penitentiaries for centuries. It's been the same old mess, mentally and physically being put through the test. It's a risky business, and when they come to collect, you've been stripped of your self-wealth and your respect. But that's the way the cookie crumbles and guess. Do anything for checks, expect neglect with no regrets. In fact, people settle for less. That means you the when they the pimp. Now am I correct? Yeah, I bet. Dedicated to the oath. Aggravated cause money and peace don't mix. You can't have them both. There's proof. And what I wonder the most is people can't see the truth that's right up under their nose. Can't see the truth right up under their nose. Under their nose. They can't see the truth right up under their nose. They can't see the truth right up under their nose. They can't see the truth right up under their nose. Can't see the truth right up under their nose. Sometimes life can be frustrating. Whatever's handed, we take it. Could be truth or fabricated. Worshiping money, we worshiping money. Liberty chasing waterfalls as waterfalls from her eyes. 4 a.m., 5 a.m., all hooded nights with them guys. No surprise here, no need for cleared eyes. Past questions asked and we all know love is blind, and a seeing eye wolf in disguise often hides what's long since been realized. So she cries and cries and cries, yearning for liberation. Objects of the prize, passed down generations. Whitewash, soul rings, repeat the situation we escaping but still shackled. Love, hate, relation, drug-induced nation. Only truth and revelation, she's nearly out of patience. Threats to leave Garvey, but Satan do it deceiving. Integration do it reprieve. So her son Huey and Uncle Goofy see what millions made on TV can't trump over time, evidently. So like meaning in a poem that leaves your brain froze, you still can't see the truth right up under their nose. They can't see it, no. They can't see the truth right up under their nose. They can't see the truth right up under their nose. They can't see the truth right up under their nose. Can't see the truth right up under their nose.
Whoa. Walk with a stick, walk with a stick, ayy. Walk with a stick, walk with a stick, ayy. Never trust a pussy, cause bitches will get you killed, ayy. Walk with a stick, nigga slither and get you killed, ayy. Walk with a stick, walk with a stick, walk with a stick, walk with a stick. If you not in with me, you see it, you know it's real, ayy. Walk with a stick, my nigga, you know the deal. Walk with a stick, the gang wanna hit a lick, and your bitch be on my dick, so I told her to come and diss it. She admit that I'm the shit, she like how I'm so different, but really I'm just a wolf and I fuck her to submission. Yo, ayy, I got the Glock on 100 round drums and I got the Glock with extensions. Your bitch, she got water, diving that ocean, I'm swimming with sharks and the fishes. But I had to smash your digital dash, cause I had to go on a mission. I'm moving real fast like I was the Flash, I really be going the distance. Don't fuck what I see, cause I will come see and you will be going to the distance. Smoking the cookie, then open a 3 and I see infinite dimensions. Running like I ain't Shinobi, I show up and ballin' like Kobe. Don't call me your bro, you don't know me. Got the sauce on me, guacamole, ayy. Calling the reaping, ayy. Through the scope, I be peeping, ayy. You was a weakling, ayy. I was eating, you was getting beef, like ayy. Call me, beat me, ayy. If you really tryna reach me, ayy. The chopper, it love me, so it's best to call that bitch Kiki, ayy.
This kid is nasty, and I fucking like it. Yes.
What is it good for? Nothing. The world is a ghetto.
It's your boy Pops from the Chop It Up and Pop Show.
Ghetto boys.
You listening to Armageddon Radio, the baddest radio station in the Twin Cities.
Ghetto. Wherever you at could be the ghetto. I just happen to be in the mini ghetto. Minneapolis is a ghetto. From the south side to the north side, where runaway bullets always echo. Niggas will kill you in these streets over internet beef. Best believe Minneapolis is a ghetto. From the south side to the north side, where runaway bullets always echo. Niggas will kill you in these streets over internet beef. Best believe Minneapolis is a ghetto. Kush smoke in the air like tumbleweeds in Arizona. Yeah, my nigga is up, 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 up. Like these young niggas say nowadays. If it's up, my nigga, then it's stuck, 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 stuck. We can all clearly see Gen Z, all the ones that really don't give a fuck, 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 fuck. They'll see your granny fall with groceries and won't even stop to help us. Minneapolis is a ghetto. From the south side to the north side, where runaway bullets always echo. Niggas will kill you in these streets over internet beef. Best believe Minneapolis is a ghetto. From the south side to the north side, where runaway bullets always echo. Niggas will kill you in these streets over internet beef. Best believe. From Dowling on the north side to the south side, 38th Street. If you're making moves, walk on eggshells, nigga, take heed. It ain't 2019 no more, so shit, it ain't sweet. It's a different drum and bass, so every one of y'all should take heed. Panoramically space read, everything within vision, cause they don't care about death, nope, they don't care about living. All mayhem really wants is another sleeping victim. A bird in the bush ain't a bird in the kitchen. Everybody wants that chicken, everybody wants to eat. That's the reason that the savage beasts prey up on the weak. Be aware and alert in these Minneapolis streets, cause I hate to see my peeps under sheets. Minneapolis is a ghetto. From the south side to the north side, where runaway bullets always echo. Niggas will kill you in these streets over internet beef. Best believe Minneapolis is a ghetto. From the south side to the north side, where runaway bullets always echo. Niggas will kill you in these streets over internet beef. Best believe.
Armageddon Podcast, we live.
Yeah. What's poppin', what's happening, what's good with it, everybody?
Y'all already know who the fuck we is. Hey, look, check this out. As y'all see it on the screen, we got greatness live, Minnesota. We gonna be getting it popping at the terminal. Yeah, that's August 23rd. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a dope ass show. Doors open at 6:30. $10 entry. 21 plus. Bring that ID with your lying ass.
You know what? That right there, Sentwali was saying something about bringing together, a collective group of people to be able to do shit. That right there is an example of a group of eclectic people. They from all over the United States.
All over the place.
Coming to perform there.
Talking about Cali, fucking Arizona, Denver, all over.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
And they all make different genres of hip hop music. You know what I mean? So should be an interesting show.
That's what we gotta have, and then we gotta have the people get out and support that.
Yeah.
With the same, like we don't have. I don't think we have enough people supporting hip hop as a whole.
Yeah,
we
For
have
real.
pockets of people supporting the hip hop that they're friends with.
For real.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like
There's a great separation.
and I could be wrong because I'm not out as much as I used to be.
No,
so I'll put that caveat out there that I'm not out like I was when I was in my 20s.
I've been out and about the last 2-3 years, fam, hosting shows, doing shit, performing with my brother Nerd.
Yeah.
A couple other cats, Navarro. I've been moving around and seeing shit, and it's no different than the hip hop days of old. There's always been a degree of separation between the different genres
yeah.
or mindsets of, you know, most of these niggas is rappers. We're just gonna be for real. Rappers can just blabber over a beat as long as it's on rhythm.
Right.
But MCs is who I fuck with.
Yeah, that's a different animal.
But make sure y'all show up to this greatness, because that's what we, you know what I'm saying, Greatness Live Minnesota, like you were saying, man, so many dope ass collectives like Edge Runners, you know what I'm saying, Shonda Kip, Beast Mode Warriors, and my boy and the motherfucking guest from this past Monday, DJ Chill Will, hosted by the homeboy and the comedian Alex Avery. Come on out, August 23rd, Terminal Bar. You know what I'm saying? We ain't playing no games. You know what I'm saying? Hey, August 5th, we do need to go and promote that real quick. August 5th, National Night Out, Cottage Grove. You know, Armageddon Productions, we going to be in that building. Or we're going to be outside the building, actually. I said we're going to be in the building. We're going to be outside. How the fuck? What? National Night Out. Movies, live performances. We got vendors going to be up in there, man. Make sure y'all pop out August 5th. You know what I'm saying? Cottage Grove. For more information on that, hit me up on Facebook, Nerda King Irvin. You know what I'm saying? The M Yeti. Or Sunburn the Dude. And
Young Malachi the Messiah.
Why you look so tough? Look at you. You look like the security of Armageddon Podcast. Like, this nigga, I wish somebody do something. Who's coming out of the corner? Who's still in the chips out of the kitchen?
No, yo, can I say something real quick? Let me just say this to y'all, man.
You have been asking. Go ahead, bro.
When it comes to the podcast, man, and this is to everybody out here that's being themselves, man.
Word.
First and foremost, can we just one more time give a shout out to the OG, the guest of the house? You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me? The Poetic Justice. The superstar. The man, his name is Frank, and he don't play. You feel me?
Sentwali.
Thank you.
Frank Swallow.
Sentwali.
Frank Sentwali. At you, Poe.
You know.
Yes,
hey, more importantly, Sunburn to do, but also too, listen, everybody. When I say this, like, when it comes to podcasts, man, you got to make sure, first of all, to get the word out. You feel me? Let them have their moment. Let them have their time. But also, too, you want to make sure that you feel wanted too, because at the same time, we're a team. We a family. We out here, we bringing y'all the latest scoop of what the real world is really happening.
Well, we all know what's happening, and hopefully not only are we talking about what's happening, but we're talking about, our visions for solutions.
Exactly.
Yeah, for the cleanup.
Yeah. And it's for the...
You know what I'm saying?
Even if it's big visions.
Yeah.
Gotta have them.
Shout out to Jules on the chat real quick. We love you, though. 100 every single day. We appreciate you for keeping it real with us.
Word.
Yo, but also, quick question to the homie real quick. The man of the hour, who's here with us today, you feel me? So, Frank, my question to you, OG, is what would you say is your biggest... What is your main go-to or your main piece of your poet that you do? What's your main one that inspires you, and which one would you say people should listen to that inspires them?
Man, those are two different questions, because I can't, I think what's beautiful about our poetry, Edu Poetic, over the years is people find the piece personally that inspires them.
Ooh.
So I could, for example, we had a piece called Better Off that I wrote. Hated the piece. Never did like it. I did. From the time I wrote it, I was just like, it's too basic.
Right.
But we're practicing with the band, and I'm doing the piece as I'm working on it with the band.
Type shit, right?
And sometimes when you're working with a band, they don't care what you're saying. If they're playing something they like,
they like, hey, yo, we feeling your vibe.
That shit's dope. You're like, I don't think it's that dope. They like, no, that shit's dope. Y'all just like playing that shit, right? but so they said we gotta put that in the show. We gotta put that in the show,
right?
So I said, all right. Well, we did the piece in the show. Mm-hmm. And it was one of the pieces out of it, when we had opportunities for the audience to recommend pieces, it was probably one of our most recommended pieces. To this day, I don't like the piece, but the people liked it.
Okay.
So, so that's why I say it's hard to
sometimes when you're an intellectual or a knowledge seeker,
that's true.
You get so overwhelmed with shit that to you, you're just like, eh.
It wasn't arty to me. It was artistically, it was basic to me.
Sometimes the simplest words
and
have
that's
the
what
biggest
I learned.
impact.
And that's what I learned from the piece.
Sometimes you don't have to do all that extra shit. You know, you don't have to put lipstick on the pig.
Come on.
Just let it be what it is.
That was the universe's message to me, was that this piece is simple and it's the one that people like the most.
Yo,
it's crazy how that works.
But to answer your first question, what is my piece that I think the piece that probably defines my work is a piece that I wrote that we did. Oh shit! Man down.
My bad.
Called After the War. Called After the War, and the reason why After the War I think is a piece that sticks out to me is because the piece turned out to be a vision, and there's a combination of accountability and systemic impact going on in the piece. It touches on the relationships that we have and need to have with our women, speaking collectively as a black culture. It speaks on the urgency. Now, when I wrote the piece, it was 1997. When we recorded the piece, it was 1999. And in 2020, the first verse of the piece happened the way it was written.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so just to share with you
the story.
So we know what happened in 2020, right? Yeah. The piece starts like a prophet. I knew it was coming, but stagnation and procrastination had served to slow burn our preparation. Wasting time getting blunted, talking about a revolution, or on the streets chasing money, justifying that as our restitution. There we was.
Man.
Me and the homies, some Glenlivet 12-year and 12 beers, smoking up the atmosphere, claiming conscious. That was our way of dealing with the stress, shedding tears, reminiscing about the fallen homeboys laid to rest. But it's too late for that when the troops start marching down 94. Backed by tanks sporting camouflage reserve corps gear with rifles by their ear, martial laws in effect. There's a 7 p.m. curfew to keep in check the rebel soldiers because they blazing up the set and nobody gets rest no more. That's how the piece starts.
That's 99.
Wow. And I wrote that in 99.
Wow.
And
oh my
God. In 2020, troops was marching down 94 backed by tanks sporting camouflage reserve corps gear with rifles by their ear, and martial law was in effect. And there was a curfew, I believe it was 8, to keep in check the rebel soldiers because we was blazing up the set and nobody got rest no more. And I'll be damned if you're black and your back face a window.
Oh,
come on,
Minnesota,
man.
what would you do if it was here and for real? Samuel Jackson, time to kill demons, physical, lyrical, psychological, spiritual, the gods against the devils, the winter rules earth. Is you going in reverse or fighting for the rebirth? Check your stamina. I'm handing you what you need to get in shape, and we got to go the distance no matter how many rounds it takes for after the war.
You know?
So that was 97, and then 2020, it happened. We didn't watch it happen. Culturally, we were a part of it. We made it happen.
Yeah.
Rebel soldiers was blazing up the set.
Yeah.
Troops was marching down 94 with the tanks. Reserve Corps gear. It was the Reserve Corps.
You know what's crazy though?
Like it happened.
I listened to a lot of my songs, and the older songs, and a lot of the things that we talked about back then have come to fruition.
Man.
A lot of shit. But that's crazy how that was almost spot on with exactly
everything that you said.
Exactly the scene. And so when you ask what's my favorite piece that I've wrote, or what's the piece that I feel like best defines me, like that's just the first of 3 verses, you know, and the hook is like, after the war, who's gonna save we? Man. After the war, who's gonna look after our babies? After the war, I guess they won't have to play we no more. Not after the war, baby, not after the war.
Yo, hold on. Stop right there.
Shit, right?
Yo, you just man, you a tribal chief now, homie.
Thank you, bro.
On some real.
Thank you, bro.
Wait. You know what that means? You know what that means?
No, but I know.
Okay.
But I know what it means to me. I know when somebody says you're a tribal chief to me, at my stage, I hope to evolve to be the tribal chief for a tribe of people and lead them in a way that is honorable, even as I try to become more honorable for myself. Because I got my own flaws and imperfections. I'm working on me, but while I'm working on me, I'm hoping to be an influence and work on the community. And to me, that's what we should all be about.
Yo, the community
that's exactly what I'm about. I want everybody that I associate with and everybody that I build with that has a like-minded way of thinking about life. You can't use negative and bullshit as an anchor your whole life. For me, I learned, I can't blame childhood traumas that happened when I was 10 on my behaviors and actions as a 52-year-old fucking man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got kids that look up to me. I got nephews, nieces, my own kids, my grandson, other kids that I've coached, young rap cats, it's just about guiding people in the right direction.
You got to the stage where childhood trauma should now be the reason. Fucking excuse should be the reason to motivate action for change.
Yo, I
for
think
yourself
I've
and
literally was trying to say this in the early stages of Armageddon Podcast, where I was saying how longer do we continuously use our trauma as a fucking tool to be a complete asshole and do things and say, oh, I'm just gonna use this and say I did this happen to me in my trauma. No, we're old enough. You should be able to fucking, work that shit out. You know what I'm saying? I know I said it in a more fucked up way, but
you were making that point.
When I was a kid, I was told if you quit, that's the same as losing. It's the same as losing.
You can only change. And I was told you'll never find out the answer if you quit.
Yep. So
and also this too. You can only change you if you know how to do it the right way and never the wrong way.
I just feel like
I think
if
you're gonna change if you're doing it right or wrong, but doing it right helps you change for the better.
I just feel that
I love that, bro.
I just feel like after a while, once you get to a certain fucking age, you shouldn't be using, a childhood situation as a reason of why you're an asshole today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
it should be a reason for why you don't want to be an asshole at this stage.
Exactly. You should be willing to grow, use that shit that happened to you when you was a kid, and grow from it and either become a better person or move the fuck on. You can't keep saying I'm trying to move forward when you're still staying stuck in the fucking past all the fucking
Brush
time.
the negativity off. Brush the negativity
I agree
off.
with you, but I also want to throw in the caveat that trauma, especially depend on the amount of it and the depth of it, can be intellectually growth stagnating. Yeah. So Talib Kweli, you can tell he's one of my favorite rappers. And For Women, when he said the children of the enslaved, they grow a little faster. Their bodies become of that of an adult, while their mind stays that of a child.
Ooh, right? That's powerful words.
And he was talking about the young woman. He said her arrival into adulthood was hemmed up by her survival. Yeah. And what happens for a lot of so I agree with what you're saying, but I don't think we can put that on. We can put a should. We can put a should because you're correct. At a certain point in time, you should evolve past that, but we also have to make room for empathy for those that are so mentally stagnated by their trauma that they can't get past it. But then it goes back to the original question. We've been asking all show. How do we reach that person? How do we as a community to help that person evolve out of that? Now we getting into another whole rabbit hole because, in my opinion, along with selective service signing up for when you turn 18, since they make us sign up for the military when we turn 18, they should also give us a free therapist for the rest of our life when we turn 18. Because now we're bringing up a whole issue of black people and therapy. And how much and how much we treat therapy like it's a bad thing when we all need a shrink.
Yo, I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. I definitely
here's your driver's license. Here's your therapist.
I definitely feel that a lot of the black community should be more comfortable with going to a therapist.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Being comfortable with being able to talk to somebody that can
go
understand.
Deeper than that.
Right.
If black and minority families were more tight knit and were able to talk with each other. See, one thing I believe is is that your family and your immediate family should have a deep bond of unity that is unbreakable no matter fucking what.
True.
It don't always work like that because this is the way
Yeah, no,
life
it
is,
don't.
you know
It
what I'm
don't.
saying?
What if the family has a deep bond, but nobody in the family really got that evolved sense to be able to elevate
Ooh.
past the family's
Yes.
conditions,
Yes.
trauma conditions?
Somebody may have to step in to try to talk to them. Somebody who can relate. Somebody who's went through it. Somebody who can, I think, man, with a lot of shit, I think black people, a lot of the time, man, when we lack the knowledge and shit, we're seeking approval and shit for certain dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when it comes to the trauma and all of that, there are a lot of families where everybody in the family hurt.
And you said the answer, you like, but then someone from the outside has to be able to infiltrate the trust of that family to say, none of this is functional.
Yeah.
All of this is toxic. So how can we help everyone in this environment? And that goes back to what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Here's how you're going to get a room full of knuckleheads to listen to some conscious.
It's
So then the message delivery becomes important, right? So I mean, there's for every like this needs to happen, and it's like, but what if this situation, which is specific, but you're right. I work in schools, which is why I asked that question, because sometimes I'm working with young people, and I'm just like, damn, that's so young. And then, this is especially when I worked at one school all the time. Then the family would come up to the school and, and I had to like catch myself because the family would leave and my first thought would be like, I don't know if that little baby got a chance. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, no, I am that little baby's chance, or at least for what influence I can have in that brief moment. But you're right, it's got to be from the outside.
The way you live your life should be an influence to others, even if it's in the most minuscule way.
Stop playing.
To the shortest person on earth.
A positive influence.
You should have a positive something coming out of your motherfucking system to help somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can't be saved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? I gotta say,
everybody can't be convinced.
I gotta say, man, thank you to you.
Yeah,
because
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, for real,
a lot of brothers, you know what I'm saying, especially in your predicament, or not in your predicament. Let me take that back. I'm sorry. A lot of brothers your age don't necessarily even want to, do what you're doing when it comes to mentoring the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? It's more or less just complaints and you know what I'm saying, and whatever's. It's not necessarily, well let me pull them over.
You imagine being a teacher or an educator or, the cat trying to teach somebody something and you got 50 people to teach it to.
As far as like not even just talking about in the teacher sense.
Right, he's just saying
like
take
in
the
a
time
in a
to share
in a mentor sense.
Yeah.
Like in a mentor sense, like you know what I'm saying, like I've had a couple mentors when I was younger.
Say, you kind of got a mentor sitting
right?
Right
No,
here,
I'm saying like
I'm
saying like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, when I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying, I had a couple mentors myself. You know what I'm saying? I always listen to the elders because, obviously the elders know what the fuck y'all, we know what the fuck y'all talking about.
That's
you know
why
what I'm saying?
I always say
so I always listen.
From everybody.
I always listen to my elders. You know what I'm saying? Where, this generation today is, you got a lot of young minds that's not listening. You got a lot more knuckleheads today.
And you got a lot of old minds that are afraid of you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And for you, brother, to be that warrior, you know what I'm saying?
Shit,
that fucking leader that the community needs, bro. It's, man, I 100% appreciate you for it, man, for real.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Like
a
brother my age,
once
you know what I'm saying, a brother my age strive to be more like a brother like you. You know what I'm saying? Big brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because when I get, you know what I'm saying, up there, I want to be able to at least feel good to say, hey, you know what I'm saying, that little brother, he listened to me, he took a chance and listened to what I said, and you know what I'm saying, he's down a good path. You know what I'm saying, because of it.
When the soonest you can start getting kids and people to believe you and all of that, you start right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think you're already doing it in your own platform. Like if you can, I think this podcast and conversations like these and the blend of music genres and how you're using conversation, music, and just being your natural entertaining personas. I think this is a part of that mentorship. How you can, how you can chill and be in your environment and still be productive. All those things. And I think there's, I think a lot of these youth are on it in a lot of ways. They got this digital world down.
Yeah.
But see, then again, even though when it comes to the digital shit, we live in a world full of uncoachable players. Because nobody wants you telling them what the fuck to do, especially the youth.
Yeah.
This is how the music industry kind of ruined the youth too.
Yes, but remember, young people's job has always been to rebel. And the elders' job has always been to try to create bumpers.
That's right.
That's really like we didn't listen. We listened better than I think they listen now because we didn't do as much dangerous stuff. But it wasn't fashionable to be dangerous.
I think it's because
for my generation.
I think our generation's music and even rap music had more of a message.
It had balance.
It had meaning. It had depth to it. Like there was a whole different understanding.
But it had balance, I think.
Yeah.
It had, I think even whether it was the soul music our parents listened to or the hip hop or the rap that we grew up, it had balance. I could put on KRS-One, and then I could put on Ice-T and listen to him talking about let's get butt naked and fuck tonight. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We have balance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I could listen to Too Short, bitch, right? And then at the same time, I could listen to Self-Destruction. We have balance. That balance is lacking
because there wasn't so many subgenres of hip hop.
That and there wasn't so many different industry influences. All the music was coming through a couple sources.
Well, that's because you weren't releasing music every month.
Right.
Because the shit then got played out in 2 weeks.
Right. And
that
started even before
albums. Artists used to make albums every 3 to 5 years, bro. Like real shit. That's why if you listen back to most of the artists, even no matter the genre, you listen back to the old school music and shit, and a lot of them songs are beautiful storytelling.
True.
And they have emotion and feeling and all of that shit in them because there was more time put into it.
Yeah.
Now shit's so motherfucking Play-Doh. It's like, we'll make cookies out of it today.
Well, let me record it. Let me record it right now because I just finished recording it right now. Let me hurry up and put it out.
Yeah,
go ahead, dog.
Well,
it's no cleaning up. Not to interrupt, but there's no cleaning up. There's no time to fix. Oh, let me go over it real quick. Let me listen to it. Does this sound good? You know what? No, let me take that out. Let me re-record it. I ain't like how this sound. No, it's no. I don't like this line. Let me erase this shit real quick. Let me come up with a new line. It's none of that.
But even that's copycat. What you're talking about is the copycat in the way that music is created and produced, and what you're talking about the way it's marketed. Because think about it. What is the purpose of doing something as fast as you can do it and put it out there, and it either be dope or it's not dope, and you're trying to convince everybody that it's dope, but you're putting it out there? It's because you listen to these blogs and you listen to these interviews and you listen to elite level national MCs say, I just went in there and freestyled that shit, or he went in there and did that in one take, or that. But what we forget is everybody has process.
Come on,
Jay-Z might go in there and do that. Lil Wayne might go in there and do that. But what you never hear is how much of you never hear about the artist is like, yeah, man, I sat there and thought about that. I thought about what the story I wanted to tell for like 2 months before I even sat down and wrote. And then I wrote it, and then I looked at the artistry of it, and then I edited it from there, and then I went in the studio and I tried it 3-4 different ways over 3-4 different beats, and then I found the right groove that really fit the song because I wanted the song to have a feel, a soulful message and impact and feel, not just be about dope lyrics. We need more stories like that. But to those with short attention spans, those stories aren't interesting. Give me the man. He went in there, man, and dropped that shit one take freestyle, and they just put it out. And who was it? I think it was Chuck D said. And some of them cats need to go ahead and take more time with their music. Some of it sounds like you just did that shit and put it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if we gave the breadth, the whole scope of the artistry, if you can do what Jay-Z does, because Jay-Z does that shit phenomenal, more power to you. But that shouldn't be the standard of quality. The standard of quality should be what is the musicianship, what is the artistry, what is
good to
the
you?
message,
What
what
represents
feel.
you?
Right.
You know, where's your feelings and your emotion involved in your artwork?
And are you open-minded enough to be able to get that feeling from multiple styles and sources of art? Like you said, you know what I'm saying? You said, I like rock, man. You go into my playlist, man. The first thing that might pop up is Billy Joel. Love Billy Joel. Bad motherfucker. Went to see him in concert. That motherfucker cold. You know what I'm saying? But then next behind that, it might be NWA.
I was just watching the video. I was just watching a video. I was just watching a video where Method Man was just talking about that.
Yeah.
How he was just, how he would listen to certain people and he called, you're like, man, okay, I like that. And I'm going to use that. And he put his own spin to it. Like that, that's just the, man, in my opinion, man, that's the dope artistry of hip hop to me, man. That's what I fucks in. That's what I like about doing.
But you mentioned Method Man. How old is he?
Man, yes.
You notice there's a theme here.
Yeah. He's in our group.
Yeah.
We talked about it an hour and a half ago. Like, there was a separation that happened.
Yeah.
And to bring everything full circle, I truly believe in my heart you can see that same separation happen in the household.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the music is just reflecting of how parenting, I think, has changed. And people talking about the educate, like, what has changed? Parenting has changed. Poverty hasn't changed. The education system hasn't changed. Parenting has changed.
The internet's come along, man, and it's made parents feel like they're friends with their kids,
or just be able to neglect their kids.
You know that too.
Because now the pad, the pod, the smartphone, the tablet.
But
is
see,
the
another way that a lot of kids are neglected too, and it isn't even neglect because somebody's got to provide for them. But I guess it could be a slight neglect. It costs so much to live. If you just growing up with your mama, she always got to be gone.
Right.
Your mama's entrusting you to make wise decisions based off the respect and the morals that she taught you. Because, like I used to tell my son and my nephew, you got my name on the back of your football jersey or the back of your vest, but wear that shit proud. Wear that shit like a real slugger, But the kid can have the morals and all that with his mom. He got 10 kids outside the window that he hang with whose folks don't give a fuck.
Right.
So it all goes back to the generation of follow that I'm talking about. Nobody's saying, I want to be king, I want to be king. Niggas like this, like that, follow this, what's trending.
And it's the numbers. Like you say, he goes out there, there's 10 kids that basically been raising themselves or raised by their older sibling who's in the streets or what have you.
Right.
And it's the numbers that, again, because I'm in education, the best way I can put it is when I started 25 years ago, there might be 1 or 2 or 3 kids that really just had impulse control problems per every 5 classrooms or so. Now it's 3 to 4 kids per class.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think we was having that conversation a couple of episodes too about the education situation and
but it's parenting. And people get mad at me when I say it. I've said it.
But it's honestly though.
People get mad at me when I say it. And that's the honest of it, because ultimately, no matter, because poverty ain't changed. When have black people collectively been wealthy in urban epicenters in this country? I'm talking about collectively. When we can, if we want to talk in the terms of a monolith, when we all been living upper middle class and up.
Let's talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? So always. I mean, we went from the talented tent theory, to the bourgeois, to the intelligentsia, to the black bourgeoisie. Like, there's always been an upper class. There's always been some black folks with money. But we talking about the overall collective. Poverty ain't changed.
Right.
Nowadays, we call it spitting game. In 1918 on the streets of New York, they called it gaming.
Mm-hmm.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's the same shit. So none of that's changed.
It's just been remixed.
And I hope it's not still true, but some while back I read something. It was some years ago that I read that basically the generation behind us is the first generation of black Americans since Emancipation Proclamation to be financially making less per the rate of inflation, than the previous generation, than their parents.
Yeah, word.
You know what I'm saying? It was like right around. It might have even been Generation X. It might even been our generation. But like, so if you really think about the 50s, and take away the Jim Crow aspect of it, and you see pictures of black families, lots of middle class families, lots of black middle class.
Oh yeah, they had black beaches.
Right. You see grandpa. You see grandpa with leaning on a Cadillac. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, with some gaiters on, in a suit. And a brim. And be like, oh, grandpa was pimping. Grandpa was middle class working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And guess what? And owned their home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So our generation, a lot of us in our generation did not take over our family. I don't have my home that I grew up in. I don't have my childhood home.
Right.
Our generation didn't own our childhood homes. Our neighborhoods got gentrified out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my family was blessed enough to work hard enough. My mother in education, my stepfather in factory work at the Ford plant, my father in education, my stepmother in events and promotions for the University of Minnesota. I was very, very blessed.
You were around scholars.
But I was around scholars, but I grew up on Laurel and Milton in the 70s and 80s, so I was in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but in a household that had education and hard work as its values, love, and more money than damn near all the houses around us.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when we wanted to leave to go somewhere nice for the kids, we would leave out the back door at 3 a.m. so nobody in the neighborhood knew we was gone.
Damn.
Because if they knew you was gone, you might come back to your shit broke in. Right? But I didn't put myself in position to buy my mom's house. I didn't put myself in position to buy my parents' property. I'm not the only black person from our generation that can say that, and so therefore that generational wealth that they were trying to start, we missed the boat. Now, they couldn't teach us about financial literacy.
No.
They just taught us you go get a job, you work hard, and boom. Well, now go get a job and work hard means something different. You can do that and barely be making ends meet in today's society.
Yeah, real shit.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, I remember my dad was excited when he got tenure for $50,000 at the University of Minnesota, and he had worked so hard to get up to $50,000, because back then $50,000 was a lot of money in the 80s.
Yeah.
$50,000 now, you damn near minimum wage.
That ain't shit.
You know what I'm saying? So,
today, $1 million is literally just, it's no different than having $1,000 now.
Nah, I said it. $1 million today ain't what it was yesterday. Some can
I
ball,
remember
some can
when
fake, hope the real ones relate.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember when I was growing up, said fucking 90s, 2000s. Man, like to win $1 million, it was everything.
Yeah.
Today? Shh. Well, thanks for that $10. I appreciate it.
Right. It's still true. You can create some good
you can you can still.
But it ain't what it was.
Right.
But still, with $1 million, if you have the knowledge and the financial literacy that you need to control yourself, your spending habits, and to invest, you can come up.
But that's why I say these young cats, a lot of these a lot of these young cats are
right now.
But even within their doing,
No,
but that's
no.
the thrival or bust, right?
No.
That's the thrival or bust we talking about because a lot of these young cats they are very wise in ways to make money in this technological era.
Yeah.
It's it's how you go about things. Like, it's look at WorldStar, for example. WorldStar is a perfect example.
Yeah.
They use technology to make a whole lot of money, but what ultimate societal, cultural, and
they exploited the people.
Exactly.
Exploitation is where the dollars is
always. What's the music industry do?
Animals get exploited straight to the slaughterhouse.
Man, exploitation and capitalism go hand in hand.
Yeah, for real.
Go hand.
Everybody's an opportunist, man. It's like everybody's trying to fight for the same fucking breath in life. You know what I'm saying? When in all actuality, nothing in life is free. Take another breath. You're one breath closer to the end of your life. Time ain't forever. You dig?
Let's say it like this, though, and I'm gonna say it like this, though, too. I want to add on to that, though. You see, everybody has a choice to make. Are you gonna make the right choice, or are you gonna choose the wrong choice? See, you gotta understand this. No matter what happens in your life, you are going to go through. We all go through so much shit each and every day, don't we, family?
Yeah.
Yo, and to be honest, think about it like this: music is a therapy. Music is therapy, regardless of what anybody. If people
can be,
it
can be, but also too.
But it can be a tool to brainwash people into anger. And
exactly, but sometimes here's how I say it like this though: music can be used for therapy. Also, when you're by yourself, you feel me? When you need your time, when you need your space, you got to think about it like this: is your aura channeled? Is your energy right on point? Are you mastering the techniques of being who you are as a human being?
Everything starts with knowledge of self.
Ha ha.
Self-preservation. If self-preservation is the first rule, then knowledge of self should be the first order of preservation.
I think that's one of the biggest misses today is that a lot of our generation don't know that, man. They don't know their knowledge of self, bro.
See,
the root said it. Out on the streets where I grew up, first thing they teach you is not to give a fuck. That type of thing won't get you nowhere.
See, and if you give a fuck,
right, that's the thing. If you don't give a fuck,
you don't. You do your thing.
You don't care.
See, and every single time, look, people always can say this about you. First of all, if you doing what you supposed to do, you living your life, you chasing your dreams, you doing shit right, you making it happen every day and motherfucking night. Why is everybody worried then? Why are you even worried? If you out here doing what you supposed to be doing, ain't nobody should be saying
8
shit.
billion ants on planet Earth, and they're all fighting over the same piece of apple.
Damn. Can I get a reel in the chat one time?
Bite that fruit.
I'm going to just end it with shit. Go ahead, Sunburn. You just ended it right there, bro.
Hey, yo. Send your music in to us right now at Armageddon Productions 90 at gmail.com.
Yo,
we live, man. Enterbrainment. In the building.
Enterbrainment, baby.
You know what I'm saying? And, dude.
Educope.
Listen.
Edupope.
Edupope.
Understand the amount of wisdom that we getting today is, man, it's monumental. You know what I'm saying? When they tell niggas to pay attention, they must think that they have to pay dollars. It's only free. Man, right?
Man,
it's only free. I appreciate you, man, for real.
I appreciate
Words of wisdom on a Wednesday. Words of wisdom on a Wednesday.
Gotta bring you back.
Can I let him know about the album?
Yeah. Talk to him, bro. This is you, homie.
This show ain't over.
Okay,
this
bad.
our show. You know what I'm saying? This is our show. Hey, look. If you want your music heard right here on Armageddon Podcast, send your music in to us at Armageddon Productions 90 at gmail.com. We got Enterbrainment in this motherfucker, and we are going crazy.
Sentwali, let's go.
Man, check this out right now.
Sometimes my mind tells me I'm the
I put hands on a nigga, he should know he got a better chance of going to the Everglades to wrestle alligators in a Lady Gaga meat suit than fucking with me. Everyone knows me, knows I'm schizophrenic. If it's up, bitch, and I'm in it. No bullets, just bars. Drive-by lyrics on rappers, MCs, and aspiring star. Cause I've been to Pluto, bitch, I've been to Mars. I've been smoking loud out of mom's mason jars. Dr. Berloud, a supporter of SARS. Slaying all rappers, studying ours. I run them down with this hoopty-ass car. These great thick-ass rappers, they won't get too far. They just been burnt by the muff on the car. Well, I scream out throwback so they know who we are. Sometimes my mind tells me I'm the illest. Sometimes my rhymes tell me Dr. Shit. Sometimes when I blow kush, I'm better to deal with. Sometimes I reach out and slap niggas who ain't on that real shit. So get a passport if you're tripping on mine. Between love and hate, cause there's such a thin line. Real silly sapsuckers shoot guns. I just ease back, throw these hands and touch your chin line. Rappers skedaddle from battle with mine. They know it's a death blow from the first line. Dr. Kevorkian in death with the rhyme. It's marching step time, catch wind like a chime. Or shut the fuck up, you niggas is blind. And mute like a mime if you fucking with mine. Dr. Berloud, the king of the grime. If niggas like lusted, I hit them with shine. Wax on, wax off. Sometimes you can't polish a turd. But Danielson, listen to me. I'm like a rap Miyagi. What the? Sometimes my mind tells me I'm the illest. Sometimes my rhymes tell me Dr. Murder shit. Sometimes when I blow kush, I'm better to deal with. Sometimes I reach out and slap niggas who ain't on that real shit.
Armageddon Productions.
When you say things, they come back to you. Don't remember me. Come back to haunt you. They spoke on the phone 2 days ago. Remember when you say things, they come back to haunt you.
I told you I would find you.
They come back to haunt you. Remember when you say things, they come back to haunt you.
This is an OG call. I'm keeping it.
Remember when you told me to write a song about you. This one from the fucking heart, the one you shot with a poison dart. Remember when you told me to put my feelings out there. The biggest lie that was ever told. Don't worry, baby, I'll keep you whole. Remember you told me you the realest friend in OG, but you left me hanging on the worst day. Had me fucked up in all types of ways. Remember when you told me you a ride die, no phony. Now I see why you ain't got friends. You a fake bitch, baloney. Judgmental fool, no fucking reason. When your background still fucked up. Jacked up, not fixed up, but you had the nerve to speak up. Everybody fake, but it's not you. But it's cool because you make the rules. You say things, but don't live with them. Your brain more like a pill splitter. Remember when you say things, they come back to haunt you. They come back to haunt you. They come back to haunt you. Remember when you say things, they come back to haunt you. They come back to haunt you. They come back to haunt you. Remember when you say things, they come back to haunt you. They come back to haunt you. They come back to haunt you. Remember when you say things, they come back to haunt you. They come back to haunt you. They come back to haunt you.
It's your boy Pops from the Chopper of the Pop Show. You listen to Armageddon Radio, the baddest radio station in the Twin Cities.
No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart.
Take offense to me and I'm gonna make this worse for you. Acting like you better than me. Acting like a hustler boo. Truly, nigga, I can understand why there's no trust for you. Lie so much it makes no sense. It's truly unacceptable. Trying to understand this is obviously it's uncommon. They call me broke as fuck, but it's cool cause I love my rhyming. Fuck all the drama, baby boy shit when I make my commas. Fucking with me, I give you 3 lumps, now they call you llama. See, I'm the lion, so I'm the king of the turf. Gorilla nigga ain't afraid, put your face in the dirt. For what it's worth, I don't give a fuck about a dude named Edward. So absurd, fuck a gummy, my sisters will be paper. You call this a diss, I'm saying it's war. I'm hit when I'm getting the score. Cactus Jack on you hoes. Fuck having a nice day, I'm here to ruin yours. Smoke a blunt for your death, I hear you knocking at the door.
I'm offensive,
always finding shit to talk about.
I'm offensive,
go on Facebook and type it out.
I'm offensive,
go on Twitter and cry it out.
I'm offensive,
say it to my face, let's try it out.
I'm offensive,
always finding shit to talk about.
I'm offensive,
go on Facebook and type it out.
I'm offensive,
go on Twitter and cry it out.
I'm offensive,
say it to my face, let's try it out. See, I'm offensive to these lame ass niggas, I know they big mad, but in my face they bitches and hoes. See, I'm a man, so what I say, I'm standing on toes. You feel it froggy, be like Ludacris, let's throw them bows. My nigga chose to be in this fight, so nigga, let's go. It's one-on-one, no complaints when I'm breaking your nose. Saying my name, asking me to let all this shit go. I'm saying no, because these rappers gon' remember roles. I'm number one, yeah, I made that song. Anybody wanna challenge me, I got this done. Yeah, I made that one too. Riding on my Nimbus cloud, yeah, I made that one too. Your songs ain't up to par, then prove that with chapter 2. Yo, who are you asking me if I'm a brute? Me against you, it's like a jungle versus a zoo. You ain't really built for this, I'm trying to save you. This operation is goddamn crucial. You defensive, always finding shit to talk about. You are sensitive, go on Facebook and type it out.
I'm offensive,
go on Twitter and cry it out.
I'm offensive,
say it to my face, let's try it out.
I'm offensive,
always finding shit to talk about.
I'm offensive,
go on Facebook and type it out.
I'm offensive,
go on Twitter and cry it out.
I'm offensive,
say it to my face, let's try it out.
Y'all already know, this be your boy Sean Hicks, and I'm tuned in to Armageddon Radio. Y'all know the phrase, good music made, good music played. Hey, y'all already know what it do. Man, look, this is the hottest, the drippiest. Hey, you gotta keep it saucy, baby.
Yeah, they get intimidated when I land. I've been flying so long, like I'm the sky people, been high for so long. Now I'm looking at the game, asking where they go wrong. What used to be super player got played like so wrong. From these culture vultures and industry bullshit. All you niggas sucking dick, tryna get cool whip. I'm listening to the sound of the kids. It's drill spit, like Bejeweled with these hits. I'm dropping jewels, bitch. I bust down the minds of the most psychopathic. Inject theologians full of truth for free. I let them have it. The land is good, but the people bad. Misguided, you weep and brag about popping tags. Corporate hip-hop a swag. Me, I grew up a fucking screw up. Got introduced to the game. Got a crown, cause how I chew up. Many MCs, I ate they face. Lyrically, murder was the case. I've been out of space, cause I'm wanted for doing all my opponents dirty. The god of this planet still trying to serve me a life sentence of hurt. I make them worry, like should I make them scurry? Real noir, the oddball from long range you couldn't curry. Picking up the wrong jersey, leaving them all in ruins. Beneath the debris, I leave them buried. Vibrant mechas become another cemetery. No obituary, my mission worry, your vision blurry. I'm spitting game and I go off, they think I'm pimping curly.
Yeah. Da 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 da. Thoughts after. Indigenous to microphone, my second home, the Terradome. Monster with this poison pen, villain amongst mice and men. Built beneath an obstacle, you confuse impossible with plausible and probable. So when I speak, it boggles you. Dipping through the city streets, they clapping on some shitty beats. So before I take my leave, I grant the flow the chance to breathe. Difficult to navigate. Live inside an altered state of mind like popping mescaline. Anamorphic soul exploring aims to find intelligence. Visions burst within my scope, magnified by spaciousness. X out the equation. Soul exploring aims to find intelligence. Visions burst within my scope, magnified by spaciousness. Number summon synergistic images. I am all you've grown to fear, myriad and limitless. In several instances, crystallizing liquid tears. Clear the skies of every cloud, sea to sea, it's crystal clear. Shifts in
never by the book. Get your whole foundation shook. Bowing down to evil, stories end without sequel. Scritched and scratched out like when the record meets the needle.
You are not ready, like everyone else. You want to learn the way to win.
Armageddon Productions.
Accept the way to lose, to accept defeat, and to die.
Microphone hunt, home and hit. I ain't button gunner with the hunting styles of running, son, and high scoring, mandatory. Y'all killers is bored. Pulling it on, way too strong, let you tell it, Teflon Dawn. But can't postpone, could've beat her with the magic wand. Fraud, bluffing hard, pull your card. Savage bats his ass back, his train of thought. Feel the onslaught, do your dirty like Big Ben. Money sorta tough like the Big Ten. Falcon is my remedy for catch the felony. Battered up like Canterbury, games a rap like a bandage. Ace on the track, doing damage. Now the self-clowns, holding it out for KG to Carl Anthony Towns. Watch where you quest, get checked like chess. Twin Cities apply that full court press with dollar sets. Scumball millionaire, personality what I spit. God body heaven sent. Hardy boy distinguished shit, getting paid like the rent. Rap niggas make me laugh, that crazy ass. Rap niggas make me laugh, that crazy ass. Super good smoker, hip-hop missing on a poster. Feather gapping mics, never fight like Northern Pikes. Bringing bars back, holy slaves is whack. Word is born to Travitron, Wolf of Light Crunch. Jamal James punch, from funky town stats, your problems like a rebound. Money so the sound score like a touchdown. Give it skull clap when I'm rhyming on a track. My line's tight like a cramp, icy for sure. Catch frostbite, I'm a soda champ, my more. Celebrating the night under the cherry moon. Keep a bird like the loon, float can rip the heads consumed. Cool as Boris State, party boy victorious. Be okay, dope like Yola, universal soldier. Protecting the fort, now it's recognized. Game sport, never battle, both your plans. I'll extort your fans. Mic in my hands, tombstone, click, hustle, folk, gain grams. Set match, catch a bad one. Plug up another batch of that flow cane, son. It's working like a job. DJ K8 threw me a lob. We the bomber squad. My golden tongue spit like a Tommy gun bussin'. Dumping with the mic, shoot on sight. If you're lit, then I'm bright like stars. Super kush, so the jaws keep bars. That smoking like loud stunting. Cause I can move the crowd. Stay hyperactive. Decipher savage rappers. Oconee cats rapping garbage stats. FOG legendary MVP getting money like traps. Look at me like maps, follow my lead. We're the winners from the High North League. Rhymes never fatigue, ain't overtime, but you was sort of death when I flex, working you out like a bench press. Silly hacks, Billy Bass, they winning, man. You know what? You're losing, fam. You rap niggas make me laugh.
Send your music to Armageddon Productions 90@gmail.com so you can get your music heard.
You rap niggas make me laugh, that crazy ass.
Break it off.
In this room filled with look up some commas, I pause for the future. See they wounded, tell them writing is a suture. Shorty say needle in me before I have my uncle shoot you. These are signs that the teacher in me sees clearly. It's evident daily, weekly, yearly. These the last days. Get yours. So many signs, it's like they duplicated Shyamalan. Don't need no sixth sense, it's happening fast. Ramadan, it's Comic-Con the way we Facebook pray. Get animated like Comic-Con. What Facebook say? Today it's safe exit. The president rejected. Bigoted and sexist, reckless and niggas kneeling for the flag is every nigga with the death wish. Optics of the brown and the Pope. Here at home, shots to the ceiling, leave a holy flow. And if you're ishing down on folk, they might blast your asshole. Hot like global warming and the scope is on the third eye blind. Time out, sign. Pay attention, yo.
Between the lines, so you can see all the signs. Use your third eye as your guide before the game's over and you're wrapped in pine. This is one thing we all share. so be aware. Going to war unprepared. Keep in mind while you're living your life, you must never let any of your dreams subside, cause they can all be gone in the blink of an eye. And it's so hard to get it back once the time passes. Don't let it pass you by.
Now I need y'all to rap this all around your mind. Your occupation is bound to take away most of your time. Whether it's a 9 to 5, nicks and dimes. Does this piece of paper really keep us alive? Is it why people strive? Is it why we survive? Or is it the lies being told to prepare us to die? It doesn't seem fair, but we continue to try. So why ask why when we're riding on pride? Look at all of our crimes that's against the divine. It's all about how you're living and your feelings inside. Or is it the further divide from the one who resides over our lives? You could decide to ride with the one in disguise to bring our demise. As many times it's been tried to put us back in the line. Can't see but leading the blind. The best things are free, yet the truth is hard to find. And some you can't buy, just pay attention to the signs.
Read between the lines so you can see all the signs. Use your third eye as your guide before the game's over and you're wrapped in pine. This is one thing we all share. Whether you do or you don't care, these are the facts, so be aware. Going to war unprepared.
Nobody wants to be wrapped in pine, y'all. Not a good look at the opera. Side digger, you did it again.
Armageddon Podcast.
Yeah,
we are back.
In the building.
I don't think y'all understand, for the people that is watching, man. Like, we not only is getting hip hop through the speakers, okay, but we getting hip hop at the table. You feel me? And y'all getting hip hop July 26th at Acadia. Shout out to the homeboy 88 as he bringing y'all this dope ass show. Apollo 808, my boy Ian Christ, Spider Chris, the Be the Man, so many others is gonna be up in that motherfucker. Make sure y'all show up. This is a free event. Yes, sir. Stop the cap. So ain't no fucking excuse why you couldn't come out. So come on out to this show and come have a great time. Also, July 18th through the 20th, me, Sunburn Man, we happy as hell about it. We know what's cracking about it. Hey, we gonna be there. We hope y'all be there. Deca Fest, yo. We got free bud. We got, well, no, I ain't gonna say free bud, but we got free friends.
High for sure.
We got free friends.
We got vendors.
We got
game.
free vibes.
Y'all.
We got a raffle for sure.
You heard
we got food trucks for sure.
Yeah.
We got a place for your ass to sleep for sure. It's a camping situation.
You gotta bring your tent.
You gotta bring your tent.
Bring your own shit.
We ain't providing all that. I said that this is a stoner event, so we providing the stoner shit. We ain't providing the camping equipment.
You heard me.
You know what I'm saying?
Bring your own tent.
Yeah.
Bring your own tent. Or your RV.
Or stay out, stay happy.
You know what I'm saying?
Game over.
Hey.
You vibing, baby. It's all that matters.
Armageddon Productions, man. Armageddon Podcast.
Yeah.
Sunburn the Dude.
Yo.
Malachi the Messiah.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? We in the building with the man.
The man.
Ain't no
Sentwali.
myth. Ain't no myth about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Frank.
Sentwali.
Sentwali.
Hey, you know,
Ejipo.
You know, Ejipo. You know.
Yeah, so
you got the most
that was
blackest Italian name I've ever heard.
That was him on that last joint. That was Eddie Poetic on that last joint.
Yo, that was fire, yo. You got
and that joint was fire. Can you tell us a little bit about that joint, Fred?
Yeah,
please. Yeah, man, that one's called Signs, and that's off our Lost Tapes album called All Words Matter.
Yeah,
and shout outs to TUCU and Black Power, the other two members of Edu-Po.
Yeah.
Let's
go.
Also known as Side Diggs, also known as many nicknames, but Side came up with the concept, man, probably about 3 years ago. He said, man, we got all of this stuff in the vaults that we never even did anything with, and he went into production mode and basically produced up stuff that we had in the vaults that we hadn't done anything with, and Signs is one of those tracks, and you know, the album itself, what I like about the album is like Signs is the first actual song on the album.
Yeah, word.
Right? So we start, and then Taitama, which means Greedy Vultures, is the second song on the album. So we start you off bouncing.
Right.
Right? And then I do a couple solo tracks, and then we go into, and then after the first 4 songs, then we go into a medley of some spoken word stuff, but all with musical backdrop.
Word.
Everything, you know, and then Black kind of takes a segment of the album. He does Government Operation, which we played earlier from the album. Man,
shout out to Black Power,
man.
What up with Black Power? We love, man.
And so the concept behind the album is that we want people to understand that whether we spitting flows, whether we're doing spoken word pieces, or whether we're just having conversation with background music on recording, every word in conversation with background. Album has relevancy towards your consciousness.
Yeah.
You know, so
shareable knowledge.
Right. And so like we was talking, like the first line of that piece, Signs, is, you know, I'm in a room filled with fuck up some commas. I pause for the future. See they wounded. Tell them writing is a suture.
Man, you better spit your
bars. And that came from, you know, I'm teaching in the class, and that's what I was telling you about. And I'm teaching in the class, and I'm teaching them about the placement of commas in the formatting of poetry, the difference between where you put a line break and where you put a comma.
Right.
And the reason why I want them to know these things is because a lot of them listen to rap music, right?
Right.
They all like hip hop.
Right.
And I'm trying to encourage them. We're doing a spoken word residency anyway, so I'm teaching spoken word, but I'm also trying to encourage them to break down the parts of what you're listening to when you listen to rap. Don't be so seduced and hypnotized by the beat that you're not even aware of what you're internalizing in the messagery, or in the even in the technical aspect of wordplay, creativity with language, right?
True.
Understand that all of that has concepts, which is then I'm also trying to get them to understand your rappers you listen to, no matter what image they present,
right?
For you young cats, they're not dumb, they're not stupid, or they wouldn't be in a position where you're listening to them and liking what they do. And whether you realize it or not, they have background, whether it came from self-knowledge or whether it came from academic knowledge of poetry form. How you put poems, melodies, meter together. So I'm trying to teach these young kids this. So the kid, little shorty, he's wilding out. He's like, man, 7th grade, man, I fuck up some commas.
That's the most funny.
And so I told him, I was like, because at first he hit me, and I'm like, I had to make sense of it for myself. I'm like, yo, fuck up some commas? You gonna beat up some commas? What the?
Like,
is you that angry? You just gonna start punching that?
Like, hold on, like, how do you do this thing? Like, what's going on?
So then I flipped. So I had to think about it first. I had to digest it. I like, shorty, that's a triple entendre. Right? And he's like, I'm like, no, because you could be saying, man, every time I do commas, I make a mistake, right?
Right.
Or you could literally be saying in your mind, like, man, fuck punctuation, man, I'll fuck that shit up just to be fucking it up. Or, speaking from the collective, you know what we do? We fuck up some commas for real. Because nobody trick off more money in America than black Americans. Yes, you probably will, with your mentality, fuck up some commas in your day and time.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Right? And so I'm paraphrasing what I said to him, but I made that point to him, and then I broke it down to him. So triple entendre it has 3 different meanings in that phrase. Now I know he wasn't even he was trying to show off. He was trying to goof off in school and think of his word choice. So imagine being in 7th grade and being like, I'll fuck up some commas. Man, teacher would call my mom so quick, I'd go home. My mom be like, you said what in class?
You said fuck up some commas.
You said fuck. It wouldn't even be the rest of it. You said fuck in class to the teacher.
Right.
Shit.
It's over.
You know, and that goes back to what we were talking about earlier about the way parenting has changed. But my approach to him distracted him from his own, his own fuckery, and had the rest of the class like, oh my God, this dude just shut you down. So now I got everybody in the class's attention. Now I can teach.
Well, you tricked him psychologically into becoming a thinker.
I enterbrained him.
You definitely
enterbrained him.
You definitely enterbrained him.
And not even just that though, man. Look, See,
and then I got it right because writing is a suture. My bad, man. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Go ahead. You gonna say?
See, it's free speech, man. We out here.
I didn't mean to cut you off, though.
No,
I just had to finish tying it together.
Hey, respect.
Suturing it
no,
together.
what you were saying, man, is for one reason, also too, you're teaching the art of poetry to the people, to the students that need to know this. And right now, I'm gonna just say this right now, yo, I am like knocked my head in, man, because yo, this poetry that you're spitting with also like that energy of real life poetry and real life stuff, yo, that's not a gimmick. That's real. Because people got to understand when it comes to poetry is music. Basically, you're out here spitting your words in your way of making it realistic, because you're bringing the real world to you through poetry.
For real.
And it's all connecting now because it's all circling around the circle of life. Basically, poetry is a part of the circle of life, because somebody needs to understand whatever you're going through, whatever you're doing, whatever is happening in this moment.
Anything that has motion is poetry.
I was gonna say. We
are poetry in motion.
We are poetry. Think about it like this. Your heartbeat. Beats on rhythm, right? If it beats off rhythm, they literally give you a machinery to shock your shit back into rhythm, right? You know what I'm saying? So the balance upon which the universe sets is poetry.
Come on,
right? Our heartbeats beat in rhythm. It beats in poetry.
Yeah.
We breathe in and out poetry. Everything that we are surrounded by. You turn on the TV, you won't see a commercial without hearing poetry.
Yeah.
You turn on what is music with words? Poetry. Yeah. What is music without words? Poetry expressed through sound that is a different language. It's still language.
Bro, this is
right?
Feel the energy.
My mind is getting blown away, bro.
It's all poetry. This conversation is poetry. If you could put jazz music behind this whole conversation, and it'll fit like it belongs.
Yeah,
man.
You know what I'm saying? So I you talking about it being real. Again, I'm not a perfect human being. I'm an evolving human being. And so
that comes with the willingness to learn yourself.
Man,
for real.
In order to be a teacher, you have to still acquire knowledge, so you have more to teach.
And I've evolved where I can't do fake shit. So talking about this, like I can't do fake shit, and it sometimes I think is intimidating to people. I know it is to our youth that is around a lot of fake shit that is masked as real shit.
Talk your talk, boss.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I think one of the most difficult things that I'm having to grapple with for myself when I go into the classroom to teach poetry, because I just want to teach them what they're immersed in. Yeah. I want them to teach them how to catch the vibration of the way humanity and nature moves around them. Yeah. That everything that you experience can be expressed through rhythm. Man. You know, but I have to keep it real with them, because they don't see, unfortunately, a lot of black men that in their environments that are holding them accountable to be intellectual
and to be great.
And that is something that unfortunately I'm seeing too many of our young folks that are melanated rebel against being held accountable for being an intellectual.
Come on.
For being a critical thinker, for being for daring to aspire to achieve more and more knowledge, for taking direction. And I'm just being honest with my observation through my experiences as an educator. So many of our children either don't have a black parent, a black male parent figure, a male parent figure in their life, or they have a male parent figure that is also a source of their trauma. They are angry at the sight of a black male in a position that they perceive to be of authority. So when I'm teaching in the classroom, a lot of times the hardest nuts to crack, so to speak, for me, is our young brothers and sisters, because I'm interfering with their regularly scheduled program.
And they don't like
and they don't like that shit, and they definitely don't like it from a black male, because you can't deal with me the way you deal with mama or auntie or sister, but you don't have a lot of experience dealing with black men like me in your environment. And of course, I'm speaking in generality and not saying all, but I think that's important for people listening to understand, is that, you know, it goes full circle back to what we're talking about the way parenting has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So as a black male at the front of the classroom, not in administration, not the principal, not the AP, but in front of the classroom, and having to deal with young black children that have an adverse reaction to black men in positions of what they perceive to be authority, that are holding them accountable to higher their standard of intellectualism, to be higher thinkers, and they really rebel against that.
Major
that shit's real.
And it's sad and it's scary, and we need to fix it quickly, and we need to fix it as men in our community, because the statistics will tell you that it's not about a single parent household, it's about men. Because children that are raised by a single male achieve academically and economically exponentially higher across the board and have lower incarceration rates than children who are raised by just a single parent female. Now, a dual parent household, those children achieve at a higher level even still, but the gap between children's academic and economic success in a single male raised household and a single female raised household, now obviously there's a lot more single female raised households, so you got to take that caveat in, but the gap is really large, and it goes to the significance of the importance of men in the household, so that our children know how to deal with achieving, intellectually and economically achieving men in our communities, because you can be achieving, but unless you are one of the elite, unless you come from a family that achieved from the streets to millions,
right?
At somewhere along the way, you're gonna need a male figure that can give you those things that we talked about: accountability, manners, tact, discipline, etiquette. Which isn't to say women can't. So this is not an indictment on women.
No, because
the numbers don't lie.
I'm a living testament to that. My mom had me and my 5 sisters, right? My mom said, "Son, I can't teach you how to be a man, but I can teach you how to cook, clean, take care of yourself, and be a good human."
So this is not an indictment on women at all.
Shit, right? I wouldn't be the strong king that I am without my mom. Because my mom, she lived the struggle for me to be able, for my sisters to be able to eat and all of that. You know, was life perfect growing up? No, it never has. There's been a lot more struggle and pain than there has been happy times. But you know, it's just.
But we also talk about that parenting difference, right? With the generation you grew up in, I think what we're seeing now is that because a lot of that model is not the same in terms of how we deal with our children, like you said, technology, all of the various factors. I think it's even more important now. Not that it wasn't important then; it's even more important now.
Oh, definitely
for the men to have that influence. Because I'm just sharing my experience of what I see when I go into the school, and where this is all relevant is because when I go into the school, I teach spoken word poetry. That's what I teach. And I go to schools all over the state, so I'm not just in one environment.
You know what's
so
crazy?
I'm speaking from multiple environments, dealing with black children, from the suburbs to the city to multiple environments. I'm seeing that the response to black men at the front of the classroom, especially in short bursts, the way I'm in there for a week, 2 weeks. I'm not there for a whole year where I have the time to really develop that deeper relationship with the kids. I'm seeing a very immediate response to rebellion, to being held accountable, if for no other reason, because
you're always gonna get
I got
resistance.
a chip on my shoulder
You're
about
gonna get
black men.
resistance off out the gate usually.
So, but you're right. I guess what I'm expressing in my experience is that resistance is too often disproportionately coming from children that look like me. It's because I'm a black male at the front, and you would think that'd be great for our children, and it is great for our children, and I do the best I can with my job. What I'm saying is, it's frustrating knowing that it's our children that I'm going to have to work the hardest to earn the trust that the work I'm asking you to do is beneficial for you. Not I'm just asking you to do something as part of a system.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's real.
For real.
Knowledge is key, man, and you teach, so.
That's exactly what
so
the
we gotta do better
homeboy-
with our children, and then our children will create and listen. Our children will have better experiences. They'll create and listen to more diverse music, because to bring it full circle, you know, talking about drill music and trap music versus, you know, backpack or conscious or intellectual or reality rap or whatever you want to call that. There's room for all of it. It's just imbalanced, and we're so tribal in it that our youth are not exposing themselves to all of the pieces, so that you might not be getting some common sense from home, but you might get some common sense from common sense. You might not be getting some common sense from home, but you can get it from Black Thought. You know what I'm saying?
I hear so many people, you know, talk shit about black men and them being there and all of that, but I know at least a half a dozen brothers that are schools, that work in the schools. One of my cousins, he just passed away like a month ago, Otis Chappelle. I don't know if you know Otis. Yeah, but he was the same in the schools with the kids, loving the kids, trying to take care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? Helping kids out that were struggling, you know, as far as like shoes or coats or clothes, or just being there for them. Changed a lot of those kids. He was able to touch a lot of those kids to change their mind state in the way that they think about life. You know what I'm saying?
And do you know what he did in the school? What was his role?
Well, he was a hall monitor in the school. It was an elementary school.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And those are like the paras, the hall monitors.
My daughter is a para.
Right. Those are the most important people in the school for our children.
She works with autistic kids. Yeah. My daughter works with autistic kids. Big shout out to you, Biggs. I love you, baby.
Those are the most important people in the schools for our children. But the most important people for the children to see more of is black men at the front of the classroom.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, the children know that that's who is the authority of the classroom. So the more specialists, the more pairs, the more monitors, the more office person, the more people we can have in those functions to create a community around our children, where our children see themselves as a
really
part of a bigger community,
a village of knowledge,
exactly,
and love, and
for them to achieve that academic piece that is not about the letter grade or not about the test scores, but about instilling a desire to have a thirst for knowledge. They need to see more black men at the front of the classroom saying this is about always being thirsty for knowledge.
Yes.
You know, and that part because you know, you could be a parent and have a degree. Kids don't know that. You know, you could be a custodian and have a degree and just decide I like building engineering, working to pay more.
Right.
Kids won't know that. They know that their teacher has a degree.
Right.
Which is also not to say degrees aren't everything, but really what the degree should represent for our children is not economic success. The degree should represent for our children a constant quest to learn more and share knowledge. And if you go on that quest, the economic success, or at least comfort, is going to follow. Because you'll be
a degree is really just a merit of knowledge, of understanding.
It's just
you know, but
it's a piece of paper that says something that you know how to work. I got one. It just says you know how to work.
It can be used as a tool to influence the youth. Though.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
but don't dangle it as a carrot for, you know, well, if you get a degree, you get a job. No, dangle is a carrot for an opportunity to keep learning and learning and learning and learning until you figure out where you want to be in this world.
My nephew said, keep doing. My nephew said, man, I can go work over here, drive a forklift. Well, that'll be an accolade on your rest of life.
Man, get a certificate in that. Get
all
scholarship
the
in that.
The more accolades you have, because I run into a lot of cats that don't have a lot of accolades.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And by accolades, I don't necessarily
mean training,
scholar shit.
No, you mean training.
You know, just basic shit.
You've trained in some shit and got a certificate that says you have officially gone through the process of training and learning and getting knowledge and how to drive a fucking forklift.
And you're willing to be devoted to something.
Man.
You know what I mean?
You have discipline.
Devotion's everything. Because it all leads to discipline.
Yeah.
This is why I taught my kids and all the kids that I coached over the years, you know, if you keep your time occupied with something, you won't fall for nothing.
For real.
You know what I mean?
For real.
have worked because all of my nieces and nephews and all the kids in my family that all played sports are all the ones excelling in life, or at least they got the stars within reach.
Yo.
You know, and it ain't nothing been handed. They learn structure. You know, kids learn structure. You have to teach them structure at a young age.
That was so bringing it full circle. It talked about the gap and where the gap changed with the music, where the gap changed in process, where the gap changed in structure of the process. You got to learn that at a young age. Now, at a young age, kids are learning from YouTubers.
Yeah, they're learning from the wrong shit.
You know what I'm saying? They're learning from the internet because the YouTube has become the babysitter, and they're not getting that 1-to-1, that 2-to-2. They're not getting that attention, that parental attention, and so you're seeing the gap. So it's everything we've been talking about for the last 2 hours is connected. But if we want to be honest about it, it all goes back to the household, and it don't go back to the household from the standpoint of well, nowadays households are struggling. When fucking haven't we? Always struggled.
Exactly.
When fucking haven't we?
The difference is, I feel like,
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the difference in the old generation and the new generation is the new generation doesn't give a fuck about love
at all.
So
It's just
and we
about
were
fucking
raised,
humanity.
even though we were poor, we didn't have shit. My mom struggled. My mom went to bed hungry most nights. You know what I'm saying? But we had love. We had love. And that was a big thing because love will make you strive when you feel wanted and needed. Even if motherfuckers are struggling. I had a conversation with a brother earlier today. He was like, yeah, I don't know why it is that white cats always put their family members in the nursing home. We don't really do that. I said, no minorities hardly do. We usually take care of our elders.
And it's a double-edged sword. There's two reasons for that. One, yes, it's tradition. Two, it's also cost. So let's just keep it above. Let's just keep it above. Because I know some folks that if they could, because sometimes the elders will get better care in a home. You
Sometimes
know,
they will,
but it's also it is and it leads back to our very well earned distrust for the medical community. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So there's a lot of factors in there, and culture is one of them.
Word.
But that's Matt. Look. If I had to do over again, I would. Speaking of always learning, I would have got certified in being a PCA.
I did it.
You know, because
I did it. I got 15 years under my belt with that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
taking care of those people.
That's how. Because now you can get paid to take care of your elders in your home.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So and I think again, but. You talk about love, and we talk about the value of human life. Yep. If you're from an environment where you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody that got shot because somebody put a $10,000 bounty on their head,
right.
If the value of a life is $10,000, and the value of life isn't very much at all. And if you're in an environment where the value of life isn't very much,
love don't exist.
Man, what is love? Shit, look. Until I read Bell Hooks All About Love, I don't think I really understood love as an actionality. You know what I'm saying? Like until I was like, I read that book and I was like, oh, so I've experienced love on some levels.
But you ain't experienced
But absolute
real love.
like maybe my mama. You know what I'm saying? That's the part. And even my mama loved absolutely in an imperfect way because she wasn't perfect and she was learning. She only knew how to express love through how she was taught.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but again, going back to, you got to want to have a quest for knowledge to start to make sense of the shit that you're internalizing, absorbing, and your own traumas and shit. Absolutely. And you don't have a thirst for knowledge if that's not environmental. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to put more. We have to create an environment where the thirst for knowledge supersedes the thirst to get rich by any means necessary.
For real.
And then motherfuckers still get rich. And then dry snitch on themselves over music. And kill their ops. Or get killed by their ops.
Well, it's all a part of the great setup.
Yeah, but so that lets you know, like, you can be rich. That doesn't mean that you are intellectually wealthy at all.
No,
clearly, you know what I'm saying. And so, but I think there is a faction, there is a tribe that is subconsciously made the decision that financial wealth is much, much, much greater of an achievement than intellectual wealth.
I think intellectual wealth is greater than anything on earth.
You and I understand that.
I'm with that myself.
That's why you and I ain't gonna kill nobody for $10,000.
Right.
You know
Exactly.
I'm learning that that's real because you know what? Like you guys said, us young young cats don't know a lot about how to really understand the life of the game in the world. You feel me?
None of us did young.
Yeah, we did. But also what I'm trying to say is like this though. You see, y'all came from it. Y'all basically grew up through the game and the struggle and all of that too. The young generation, we always pretend like we know shit. You feel what I'm saying? But that's our problem. We gotta stop thinking that we know shit and just ask about it. Because the more we ask, the better we'll fucking be.
But you gotta know who to ask.
Exactly. That's what I was just gonna get to that.
And you gotta be coachable.
Exactly.
Because a lot of young cats don't want to hear the truth.
Well, if you're asking, hopefully you want to hear it.
And and to be real though too, just like you just said, if you want to do what you want to do, basically, and this ties back to what I think you were talking about. When you want, like, basically, if you recognize something is that you do already, if you already recognize what you're doing, why even say it? Why even bring it up when you're already doing what you're supposed to be doing?
Right.
You feel me? If you're standing on business, standing 10 toes down, as everybody always says, we live in life on us because we're doing what we're supposed to do. Should we really be worried about how successful we are? Should we be worried about the great things that we have?
Yeah.
No, but if you want to live in
I
harmony,
think so, yeah.
shit needs to be peaceful around you.
Yeah.
So you need to radiate that energy and knowledge off to the people that can soak it up like a sponge.
And that's why I said,
the youth that are willing.
And that's why I said, yeah,
even
too.
the elders, the babies, it up like a sponge.
And that's why I said, yeah.
Baby, he's invincible for two things, and that's death and learning.
For real.
Ooh. You can learn. You might die with more knowledge than money, but at least you knew something.
For real.
Look,
hey,
the brother just said it. This is dedicated to the oath because money and peace don't mix. You can't have them both.
Damn.
And there's a lot of very wealthy rappers that would probably attest to that statement. Yeah. We just listened to Black say it in the song. You know what I'm saying? And if we can just get to the point where, like you talked about choices, if you're going to make dark choices, don't be so reckless that you involve everybody that has nothing to do with your dark choices in your dark choices.
Well, a dark choice could be a 30-second crime that leads you to 30 years' time. Now you might not never see your mama.
Man.
Now you might not never see your people. Everything affects everybody that you do. Man. You know what I mean?
Or an 11-year-old child doesn't ever get to breathe again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's been some critiques by a younger generation about Tupac and the quality of his rhymes, this, that, and other thing. But it's like, it goes back to being willing to listen to the poetry. Like if you really want to be about that world and about that life, if you really want to live by the toaster, then you got to listen to Brothers when he says, "What about these niggas I despise? Them loud talking cowards shooting guns in the crowds, jeopardizing lives. Shoot them right between them niggas' eyes. It's time to realize, follow the rules or follow the fools that die." Right? Like, if that's what you're gonna be about, do your homework
and expect what comes with that.
Do your homework and make it be about you and that person, and let's leave 11-year-old and 12-year-old kids at the park out of it. Let's leave people driving down the street out of it. Let's leave innocent people out of it. If that's the world you want to live in, do your dirt, right, and make it between you and that person. But the lack of love and lack of life, it's got to a point now where
nobody's safe.
Everybody at that particular event, if you are with that person, whether you're with that person or not, your life has no value or meaning to me.
Yeah.
And that's got to stop.
Yeah,
that shit sucks.
That's got to stop. And you know, I hate the term YN and the shit that we make trendy. The shit we make trendy, like
everything, the most stupidest shit, man.
Man, like nah, these are not young niggas being reduced to what that terminology represents. You know, like if we are now creating a trend for ourselves where every young black kid is a young nigga. Yeah. Come on, man.
Man.
What are we doing out? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So if I got 5th and 6th graders in the classroom, I got 5th graders that be like, man, these niggas be tripping, man. Fuck that bitch. Like, yeah. And I ain't talking about I'm talking about everywhere I go. I'm in schools statewide. I'm in suburbs, urban, elementary, middle, high school. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in a suburban school, and there's 5 melanated students in the classroom, whether they be Latino, Hispanic, Black, whatever, or if I'm in the east side of St. Paul and I got a bunch of Hmong and Karen students, or if I'm in North Minneapolis, everywhere I go, there's starting to be too much of a common theme of behavior of too much of the melanated children in the classroom, whether we make 5 out of 30 students or 28 out of 30 students. Like, this is really in my heart and personal, because I'm seeing these mentalities, and so now it's like you're in the 5th grade and you're identifying yourself as a young nigga. You're in the 5th grade and the little girls are all bitches.
Come on, this is
what
why
are we doing now?
This is why the youth needs brothers like you This is why the youth needs brothers like you. You know what I'm saying?
For real, yo.
And other brothers that I know, you know what I'm saying, that are teachers and do different stuff that involve the kids, coaching. Any kind of investment into our children is a lottery ticket to me.
But it's also why you need balance in our music and our art again, because they need to hear art that can Gil Scott Heron talk to them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, young nigga, now that I have your attention, I just called you that because that's what you respond to. Yeah. Right. You know, God bless Melvin Carter Sr., the mayor's dad.
He was a good brother, man.
He had a conversation with me one night, and he told me that I shouldn't use the word nigga in my poetry. Was down in Jazzville.
Right.
And, you know, I'm hosting. I was a host down there, open mic night. Yeah, and he said, man, why do you got to use the term nigga? You know. And I said, because some poems, I am speaking specifically to an audience that if I say, listen here, black man, they will tune me out immediately.
Right.
So in order for me to get their attention so that I can drop some conceptual knowledge on them, I got to be like, yo, my nigga. And now I have called them by something that they respond to, that they that they have adopted as a moniker, and now I have your attention. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he and I debated and went back and forth on that for a long time, but I still subscribe to, you know, okay, if I call you my young nigga, you're only going to hear that once at the beginning of the conversation so that I can get your attention. And then I'm going to evolve that conversation and end the conversation with, all right, young brother, or all right, young black man. You know, all right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now all of a sudden, I'm gonna elevate you out of young nigga. Mm-hmm. So then the next time I see you, what up, young black man? What up, young brother?
You know already let you in,
and you'll respond to that the way you responded to. Listen here, young nigga. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you got to know your audience. Yeah. You know, now I coach high school basketball. There are white coaches that got fired because they said the word nigga. But I'm talking to my people on something different, on something deeper.
Right.
My boy Hardy Boy said nigga means now I'm God's greatest asset.
It means whatever we decided to mean. Never ignorant, get your goals accomplished. Like, we have constantly evolved what it means. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It means whatever we decide that it means, but
it ain't that old school meaning no more.
It also to these young cats means something that is not that evolved yet.
Yeah.
So I agree with him, But we got to be able to say, all right, listen, young nigga, and then give them that acronym, and then talk about why that acronym is befitting of their being that they don't even know who they are yet.
Yeah, word.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I love that. And so every time that the brother addresses these youngsters, come here, young nigga, now let me give you the young, and then give them the acronym.
Yeah, word.
You know what I'm saying? And then be like, so when I call you that, that's what this means. To open up that conversation.
Yeah, man.
And that's how you reach them.
Man.
So besides being in the schools and doing all of that,
Appreciate
what you
bro.
got going on, fam?
Yeah, what's next?
Projects coming up? Anything going on out here?
Well, I first and foremost, I hope that I get to promote a concert with you.
Yeah,
I hope that happens.
We're gonna definitely.
So we're gonna piece that up and make that happen.
I want to be up in that motherfucker. Fuck you talking about. I gotta come John Blaze that bitch with y'all. You feel me? Definitely,
man. And then I'm hoping to rock with y'all at is it Black Friday?
Yeah.
At Acadia, and I'm doing that solo, and so that'll be fun because I'm gonna work with Cy on putting together a really dope set for that. Yeah, and then right now I'm on vacation, man. To be honest with you, I'm on vacation until next week.
Shit, I'll be on vacation next week.
Hey yo, man. That's dope.
New York.
That's fucking dope.
And then writing, I got a few projects that I've been needing to finish for a long time. I got a poem called "Bodied by Time in America," and right now it's a 8-minute kind of epic poem that I want to turn into a 45-minute one-man play.
Yeah, word.
And it follows a fictional paternal bloodline of a family purposefully last named the Jeffersons.
Yeah, word.
Right? And it starts with the first character in about 1858, right before the Civil War is about to pop off, and right before Emancipation Proclamation, and that first character dies. He gets beat to death by the overseers who catch him trying to learn how to read a dictionary that he has cut into a Bible.
Yeah, word.
And then, but his children are already in the world. And then the next character is his grandson in the early 1920s, who gets killed by police on his way home from the market with some meat and bread that he bought with his factory check.
Yeah,
that he gets accused of stealing the meat and bread. But his children are already in the world, so the next character is his child who's a World War II vet, got a degree, and moves his family north because he heard there was good job opportunities for educated Negroes in the north.
Yeah,
and finds out that racism's up here too. And the only work he can get, even though he's a war vet and got a college degree, is as a Pullman porter. And then the last character is his grandson, who and he gets killed too. He gets killed by police because now I bring depression and substance abuse into the equation. So he's depressed because after his father being murdered, his great grandfather being murdered, and his mother passing away, basically of a broken heart, and him doing everything that he thought he was supposed to do to achieve the American dream, being educated, fighting for the country, all of that. He can't get a job better than a Pullman porter, so he get to drinking because his wife is doing basically housework, service work, the same that his mother did, that he worked so hard that he wouldn't be basically in the same spot that his mother and father were. And he's out drinking on the stoop and howling at the moon, and the police roll by and he drunk, and he's like, I serve my country, motherfuckers, and they shoot him.
Yeah, well,
right.
God damn, really?
Yeah. So this is all in a poetry form, though. The stories, but his son is in the world, and his son is modern, and his son is got the corner office of a big corporation, and so and you know what that means if you got the corner office, right? Yeah. That means you boss, you CEO, you in charge of shit, and so within the trauma, the death, the systemic racism, the systemic abuse, the substance abuse within all of the things that this family bloodline, the men in this family bloodline endured. Here this dude is in the corner office, and he's dealing with a different type of corporate lynching. And his character, the verse behind his character is he's trying to figure out how to respond to an email that a coworker sent out that basically said, when are you black people gonna take responsibility for your own actions and stop blaming the police for having to kill y'all when look at how y'all behave. And he's trying to figure out how to respond to this coworker as the CEO.
All of this is coming out of an 8-minute
poem. It's in 4 parts, so all 4 characters have a part, and so I'm turning it into a one-man play.
I'm literally sitting here.
That almost sounded like we just watched the shit.
So it's a triumph over epigenetics, is what
like
it is.
Visualizing the whole situation. Right.
Yeah.
I'm literally visualizing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
So ultimately, it's a triumph over epigenetics. The idea that trauma is in our DNA, passed down in our DNA. Yeah. It's also symbolic of how the pursuit of knowledge will ultimately evolve your generations, so long as the pursuit of knowledge stays a constant as the foundation of your growth and development in a bloodline, right? Because if you recall, the very first character gets killed by the overseers because he's got a dictionary cut into a Bible, because that's the only thing that the slave masters would let the slave dictionary cut into a Bible. Slave on his particular plantation, and so he's sneaking away trying to learn language. And I say in the poem, I must come to learn that my body that my existence has to mean more than just this body. You know what I'm saying? What is it about me that they're so afraid of? What is it about me gaining knowledge that they're so afraid of that they'd be willing to cut out a tongue to keep my silence? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the first character, but that thirst for knowledge is the thread that ultimately goes. They can whip us, they can beat us, they can shoot us, they can drug us, they can chemical warfare us. But as long as we keep thirsting for knowledge, and then even when we get there, we still have to deal with their microaggressions and systemic racism. So going back to James Baldwin's statement about to be black and relatively conscious in America is to be in a state of rage all of the time. The hook of the whole piece is at the end of each character's verse is, my nervous system ceases to signal. Now, if your nervous system ceases to signal, what does that mean? You're dead. You flatline. If the brain shut down, you flatline. But the double entendre is the last character, when he says my nervous system ceases to signal, he's thinking of all he's accomplished that his family dreamed of through their first knowledge. So at the end of the day, he's like, I'm not finna let this white man go ahead and stress me out of my motherfucking seat at the corporate table in the corner office. My nervous system ceases to signal. I ain't even gonna let this shit bother me. But the other 3 characters, when I say your nervous system ceases to signal, that means they was dead.
Yeah, word.
Right, so that's one project that's like my, as you can tell, that's like my project that's in my heart that I'm working on.
Masterpiece. It sounds like
that's my life work.
Trying to paint the Sistine Chapel with that joint.
It is. And so, real. Yeah, it is. But I'm working. I got a couple commission gigs coming up. I love hosting, so if you're ever looking for a host for a show, I love doing that. But man, I want to finish some things that I've started. I got probably 1,000 poems that need to be compiled into some volumes of books.
See, he's on them poems like I'm on them songs.
You know, so I need to actually publish my poetry and compile a book.
You got to put it together and get it into the right hands of somebody that's trustworthy to put it together. You know what I'm saying?
You are 100%
because
correct,
you may need a narrator or a curator.
I need to put it together and have an editor,
a curator
help me put it together,
Yeah.
and then I'd like to take that, and I'd like to get the book out there. I want to do it as a partial audio book as well.
Yeah,
so some of the poems will have me performing them, what's in the book, and some of them will be literary only. So I want to have some type of QR code that goes to an audio that goes with the book. So some of them, because I want some stuff I want motherfuckers to read. And then some stuff I want them to hear the voice that I intended.
You take different things from reading it and from hearing it.
Yeah.
You know, and depending on how powerful the message is in the writing, it might be meant to be read so that it burns and embodies into your mind understanding of the true meaning of what it is that's wrote down.
Or the meaning for you, right? Some stuff I want to be my voice, and some stuff I want you to read it and apply it to you and your voice.
Or whatever voice you hear.
Right.
Yo, that's
right.
dope.
So those are the projects I'm working on. I know Tyle wants to do an All Words Matter Volume 2. We got more unreleased stuff that I think he wants to clean up and do again. He's finishing up his solo project. You know, I've never done a solo album. All these years. And Penso, God bless Penso, brother man. Penso been telling me for 20 years, man, Frank, you need to do your solo album. And now I kind of finally know what I want to do as a solo album, so at least I got the first stage.
See, you got so much on your plate with, cooking for the kids and teaching them, and what you just explained about the poem, the 8-minute poem. That sounds like a whole movie script. We just need the actors. You know what I'm saying?
And it might be like that poem. I want when Ntozake Shange did for Colored Girls, the way that was put together was not in a traditional sense, and it was more collaborative and how it was created than people actually realized. Because she was working with poets out in the Bay Area, but I would love Body by Time in America to be my personal for colored girls who consider Suicide When the Rainbow Was Enough. I want that to be my seminal piece because it's dark, but it's also tells a beautiful story of triumph. For black people, it's triumphant. At the end of the day, this dude's sitting in the corner office because the root driving foundation for their family's elevation and evolution was, I need to know shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I need to know shit.
Knowledge is key.
Yes.
And think about this. And I don't want to go into another tangent. I know we got to wrap it up. I know I got to get home, but think about this, because this is an indictment on America. And what made me actually start this piece was that when the conversation of slavery is brought up, often terms was brought up as the Middle Passage. Right. And that is white academia's way of absolving America's white academia's way of absolving America from their inhumanity of slavery, right?
Yeah, word.
So the reality is the Middle Passage was outlawed, I want to say around 1808 in what we now call the United States. Now, you start talking about South America, it's a different story. But it stopped actually as a policy from Europe around, it stopped around then, but it really stopped. Black market, it stopped around 1813, right? Somewhere in there.
Word. So
the Emancipation Proclamation was until 1865. So that means you're talking about 45 years, a lifespan, an adult lifespan of slave breeding industry, right? Which was the most lucrative industry for Virginia, South Carolina in the 1800s, because those states had burnt up their soil farming tobacco, right? Having the slaves farm tobacco. Well, tobacco's hard on soil, and they didn't learn from the Native Americans how to keep regenerating the soil by growing different things, because capitalism oppresses and destroys, right? So they just destroyed the soil, so now you can't farm the soil because all you're worried about is the money, and you got slaves farming tobacco, so now how you gonna make money because you got worthless soil? we can make money by breeding slaves and shipping them to the cotton farms.
They did the same shit to slaves that they did to Haitians, man.
Exactly. So now you are breeding people that all they know is the bondage they were born into. What is a baby? It's a blank program. The only thing in a baby's memory board is what it ingested in the womb. Which, if you're talking about slaves giving birth to slaves, that's trauma. It's an unconditional, undying, futuristic, hopeful love, right? And trauma, right?
It's real.
And you don't know freedom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do we celebrate Juneteenth? Because the federal government had to go down there and tell motherfuckers, you don't have to do this shit for free no more. Right? You don't know freedom. So what makes a motherfucker in 1858, right? What makes a motherfucker who has known nothing but bondage pursue freedom? That is the innate human desire to be free. There's an innateness in every human that wants to be free, and we are the manifestation of that.
Right.
So that's why that first character sets the stage for everything, let alone the understanding that knowledge is freedom and knowledge is power. Why would this person even have a concept that something exists outside of this plantation existence?
If you look at it like this, that was kind of the Dred Scott thing.
Right.
You know?
They brought him to freedom, and they brought him north, and he was like...
They brought him north, but he was property of his slave owner who was in the military.
Right.
And he ended up remaining a slave while he was in the military.
But what he experienced by being brought north was black people who weren't slaves.
Yeah.
Right? So now you got a concept of freedom, right? But if you ain't never gone nowhere except from one plantation to the next,
you don't know where to go.
It ain't like it had the internet. It ain't like this character had the internet and was like, I was reading about this Harriet chick who was taking people to this thing called freedom, right? So there was an innate,
you know what's crazy
desire.
Is a lot of people don't know that across the street from the Mall of America is Dred Scott Farm, where him and his wife actually farmed as slaves for their owner.
Wow.
It's there.
Wow.
Man, there's a lot of people don't know Edina was like one of the last bastions of sundown towns. A lot of people don't know that there was there were a faction of black people that owned farms and land in Edina.
Yeah.
And the country club whites ran them off and created a sundown town. Better be out of that motherfucker by sundown. That's
most of the cities in northern Minnesota.
Roseville is the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Roseville was also, getting into Minnesota history. That's a whole another conversation. But the point of the matter is, going back to the character of this book, was I wanted people to ask the question, like, one America, you can't just blame the transatlantic slave trade and absolve yourself of your behavior because you bred people, and that's, just the atrocity of that. We're gonna breed you like cattle and just take babies from mothers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, we're gonna breed and so that character in that poem was purposefully written to start at that period of life. Like that it was an adult character in the late 1850s, that it was really important to make the point without even saying so, that this person was born into bondage and died seeking knowledge so that they could free their minds.
Man.
Not even the bodies. It's like, I just want to have the freedom of knowing that there is more to life than that. My existence means more than their labor tool.
Yeah.
That their property. You already gotta be on a revolutionary mindset if you're a slave born on the plantation to think about that. There was other slaves on the plantation that'd be like, you doing too much thinking for yourself. You gonna get us all in trouble.
Yeah. Fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why motherfuckers like, I gotta. And then the thing about this, I'm And so we all seen the movie where the guns cut into the Bible, right? You know, you open up the Bible and there you go the pistol, right?
Right.
You open up the Bible and there go the dictionary.
Yeah, word.
Damn. So there's a lot of symbolism in that. Maybe I should call Ryan Coogler. There's a lot of symbolism in that. In that poetic story that starts with the most important character is the first character, because that character stands for the thirst for knowledge being our emancipation.
Yeah, word.
So so that's what I'm working on, man.
Yo, for real, man. What an awesome night with this show right here, man. Like, definitely an episode for sure.
Appreciate you, brother.
This has been food for me. Thank y'all.
No, for real, no, man. We definitely gotta have you back here on the podcast for sure. But don't think that you about to bounce up out of here.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And everything is caught you. You ready? Because guess what time it is?
What time is it?
This is the time where the host usually, you know what I'm saying, put our little 5 cents. We talk our little shit and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
And today is Wednesday, so you know what that is. You know what that means. You know what that means.
Yeah, word.
It's Nerd Talk Day. You feel me? And I honestly don't want to say shit. Nerd don't want to talk. In fact, what I want to do is pass this brother that time. I want him to spit some shit to y'all, one of his poetry, and get to understand why this man is who he is and why his company is called Enterbrainment in this motherfucker.
You know.
No! Man, holler at him real quick, man. Talk to him for a second.
Man, so I tell you what, how about this? I'll finish the piece I started earlier with After the War. How about that?
All right, let's get it.
Let's do that. And so I ended with the chorus: after the war, who's gonna save me? After the war, who's gonna look after our babies? After the war, I guess they won't have to play we no more. Not after the war, baby, not after the war. Check your spirituality. The 1,000-year tribulation is here, but as you know what you're facing, private prisons, the new black concentration camps, or barcoded stamps on our baby's flesh for identification. My sisters, forgive my degradation. You was that bitch, that chicken head, that hoe, that pigeon all out of frustration, no doubt. Those smacks upside your princess grills were ill, but now we tapping on your windowsill late at night for some shelter and a meal. Asking, begging, pleading, make love to me, woman. You never know, this time could be the last. I need you to be my peace of mind. I'm sorry, at one time I only thought of you as a piece of ass. Massage me while I take a bath, cause tonight for us is back to the field slaughter. We might have devised a plan to break the wrongly incarcerated revolutionary soldiers out of Stillwater. Women, we need you now more than ever. Faith in one another. But like turbulence, we've been shook. The men don't provide the groceries, so it's no wonder why the women don't cook. Robbing, A, people's essence. R-A-P-E, we've been raped. The roles have been reversed by a snake. Kiss me, pray for me, I need your faith unconditionally, sweetheart, because that's how we get in shape. For after the war, who's gonna save we? After the war, who's gonna look after our babies? After the war, I guess they won't have to play we no more. Not after the war, baby, not after the war. They'll look in my eyes and ask me how come I didn't die. I'll tell them I'm Frank Sentwali, Black America's spy. My disguise was a smile at your lies while I plotted my attack. And when they saw me again, it was fade to black. I'll be an assassin no more once the war is over. And what's left is nothing but dead souls, manuscripts, and my scrolls. The death toll was 99% of a whole. And I tried to warn the people this shit is nuclear, out of control. Operation Wolf in Sheep's Clothes, that was my mission. Evacuate the victims, but the people wouldn't listen. So now we grab more tissue, shed more teardrops, more death over more bullshit political issues. Fallen comrades, I miss you. Young soldiers, your mamas, unfortunately, are doing fine. So many other brothers died that the mothers had each other's to get by. And the grass will be green once again on the north side. And St. Paul gonna build a new Rondo Ave with a mega mall. And watch all the dealers sell all the crack back to the bureaucratic whites in exchange for the burning of their Bill of Rights. And the neighborhoods will be tight when we all working hard doing something for one God. For that I get on the floor and ask, Lord, heal us. After the war, who's gonna save we? After the war, who's gonna look after our babies? After the war, I guess they won't have to play we no more. Not after the war, baby. Not after the war.
Yo, fire. Frank Sentwali, our special guest, y'all.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate
it.
That, for Frank,
appreciate
man,
it.
That through this joint.
Was fucking Nerd Talk. Man, I couldn't have said no better than that.
Sentwali,
For real.
everybody.
Yo, real talk. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Man, we love you, brother. We love you, brother. We really appreciate you, man. And yo,
I love being here, man. This is the shit right here.
Oh, yo,
man. This the vibe right here.
We gotta bring this man back. Hey, yo, yeah, definitely. Tell the people where they can find you.
Where can we find
you
at, OG? You can find me at Sentwali on Instagram. You can find me Frank Sentwali. That Sentwali is spelled Sentwali. It's very phonetic.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me at Frank Sentwali on Facebook. You can find us at Original Poetic Enterbrainment on Facebook.
You
know. And if you say it, it's all phonetic. So you know how to spell original, education, edu, poetic. You know how to spell poetic, right? Word. Enterbrainment. Just replace the T with a BR. Poetic Enterbrainment, original Poetic Enterbrainment. The album is called All Words Matter. It's a mixture of spoken word, of hip hop, of skit, acoustic, everything, man.
All of it.
So, shout outs to Black Power, Black BLAK, Brilliance, Life, and Answers. Power, Presence of Wisdom, Energy, and Answers. Give it up to Black Power out in Chicago. Big ups to TUCU, one of the most talented individuals. Oh, real quick, I forgot. Very important for me to mention. A web series called Principle of the Principle is dropping this fall. I'm one of the writers. Okay. I'm one of the writers, and I also play Mr. Bartz, who is an English language arts teacher. It's basically about a high school that we call Backwoods High School. It's a satire on what it's like in terms of emotionally and how staff working with children that are outside the mainstream. So it's kind of like if you consider Abbott Elementary, except really dealing with the staff and dealing how the staff manage their emotions around shit that the students bring to the school. It's a comedy. Mm-hmm. And so we're obviously Backwoods Elementary. We off the charts with it. The principal is unhinged. We got Boima, the comedian Boima, he plays a fire teacher. Boima Freeman, he's off the chain as a fire teacher. TUCU from EduPo, he plays the custodian, the custodian. He plays Joker, the custodian. So it's a comedy. So the trailer drops, I believe, September 27th. So that'll be dropping this fall. We're getting ready to go into writing for season 2 of that. I got shout out to Constance Anderson. She's the producer of that.
Have to bring you back, man.
Definitely gotta bring you back.
When the trailer comes out, I'm gonna send you on the trailer. I got a sneak preview of the trailer. Shit's hilarious. Shit is hilarious.
Definitely something to check out, man. Look, check this
Principle of the Principle is that.
We up in this motherfucker, man. As y'all heard this, man, go follow this man on every motherfucking thing that is Enterbrainment. You feel me? This guy. Thank you so much,
man. Nerdy King.
Thank you so much,
Armageddon. Sentwali.
For real.
Indeed.
Yo.
You know. That's how we do, y'all.
Right.
Yo.
Man, sunburn to do.
Deca Fest.
Man, you know what time it is.
Deca Fest, July 18th through the 20th.
What time it is?
Pop out. You know what I'm saying? $25 admission. Go ahead and come out to this dope ass event. You do not want to miss it. Also, July 26th, Armageddon Productions on Nerd King will be in the building for the Apollo 808 show that will be happening at Acadia. So go ahead and show up July 26th. August 5th, National Night Out. We are live at Cottage Grove. It's going to be a dope ass show. So many dope ass artists will be outside the building. Outside the building, it's going to be one you want to come pop up for. Bring the kids, as we will be ending with a movie at the end of the show. Also, definitely.
I got a bone for the kids. I work with them.
August 23rd, we getting it popping at the terminal as we are doing greatness live, Minnesota. Shout out to our host, as Alex Avery will be in the building and he is hosting. All of us will be in that motherfucker representing hip hop. Go ahead, show up. You know this shit won't stop. August 23rd, We in the building, y'all. If you want your music heard right here on the show, send your music in to us at Armageddon Productions 90@gmail.com. And we is not playing with y'all. This is Wednesday. Y'all already know what it was. This is Armageddon Podcast. We about this bitch. It's your boy Nerf the King. And we'll see y'all this Friday as we got two special guests coming in the building. DJ Screwella and one of the dopest motherfucking reggae artists in Minnesota. We talking about Pee Wee Dread. We'll be in the building this fucking Friday. Pop out. You know what I'm saying?
Before we sign out.
What's going on? You know. Yo, I'm telling y'all to pop out to this show. We are not playing with y'all this Friday. Tune in to YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6. Starting at 6. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and all that good shit as we trying to hit 500 subscribers. Let's get it. Let's go. We are doing our last episode next Wednesday. So go ahead and tune in as our season. As we go ahead and end it with our season finale of Armageddon Podcast. You know the slogan. Good music made, good music played. Armageddon Podcast, we out.